with an army of vipers and lions. I had to keep on reaching up, cause it was my time to tear down the kingdom, call out the liars. Got a jail on my heart from the pessimist. Got those nails in my mouth for impressionists. Spent too much money on a therapist. It couldn't fix me, I accepted it. Gladiator, gladiator, gladiator. Pick a fight with the gods, I'm the giant slayer. Bone shaker, dominator. Freight train, wrecking ball, I'm the gladiator. Tell me what it is that you think you believe. Caught in a crossfire, trouble at sea. Every single day I feel that gold underneath. I see the locked doors, but I got the key. I'ma give you a second just to catch your breath, cause I can see that your heart is jumping out your chest. I know you gave it all, cause I've already seen your best, and it's time you accepted this. Gladiator.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bonnarant for our high school for a Raccoon River Conference showdown between North Polk Comets and the Bonnarant for our Bluejays. We should be in store for a couple pretty good games tonight as North Polk comes to town in first place in both boys and girls in the conference. Starting off with the girls tonight, North Polk is 10-1 overall, 6-0 in conference, coming off a really big win against Ballard. Preseason, and after watching them play us, I probably would have pegged them as being the conference champion. And then our girls are sitting at 6-3 overall, 4-3 in conference, sitting in fourth place. I am joined tonight by Coach Carlson. Coach Carlson, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Coach Gibson. How about yourself? I'm glad you're prepared for this because I'm just going to have to wing it a little bit. But it's an honor to work with you. I've heard your legendary prowess on the football mic, so I'm glad you could join us up in the booth here tonight for hoops.
Legendary is probably a stretch.
Well, we'll go with that.
What are you thinking tonight? It's going to be the key for these two teams to come out victorious.
Well, talking to Coach Anderson a little bit this afternoon, I think he, respects the full court game that North Polk's going to play. They're going to try to up tempo. Not going to be the 7 or 8 passes that Coach Wooden would have wanted from his UCLA teams. There's going to maybe be 2 or 3 in a 3-point shot, and really try to force the tempo. Of course, Bondurant has the advantage, should have the advantage inside. Kate Lappy's going to draw a lot of attention. Chesney Steenhook, Rebecca Fuller inside. That's really the strength of the Blue Jays. So it really comes down to which team can stop the other team's strength and which team can accentuate their strength the most. And Coach Anderson felt good, felt confident, and hopefully his team felt the same way.
I kind of thought the same thing. What was North Polk going to do with Kate Lappy, obviously being one of the best players in 4A? How are they going to stop her? They're not a real big team, and Kate is obviously very skilled and talented down low. The one statistic that kind of stood out to me, because we're actually very similar in points scored, points allowed, that type of stuff, was the turnovers per game. We were at almost 21, and North Polk is sitting at about 14. So I think if we can somehow close that gap a little bit tonight, I think that'll go a long ways for us and giving us a shot at being victorious.
I couldn't agree more, and I think that's some of the things Patrick and I have talked about all year is sometimes the turnovers come in spurts. We'll see 4 or 5 careless, unforced turnovers in a 2-minute stretch. And I think in a game like tonight against a obviously quality state tournament caliber type team like North Polk, if you don't eliminate those turnovers, if you have 4 or 5 turnovers in a 3-minute span, that can turn into a 2-point lead into an 8-point lead, a 6-point lead into 14 real quick.
We are going to take a break here for the national anthem. We'll be right back. starting lineups here for the North Polk girls. It looks like we've got Michaela Boatman, Lucy Schaefer, Liza Schaefer, Abby Tuttle, and Izzy McCool. And then starting for the Blue Jays, same starting five: Mia Miller, Peyton Meyer, Tayana Keys, Chesney Steenhook, and Caitlin Lappy.
You know, Coach, I think tonight some of these younger players, some of these younger kids are really going to have to step up. You know, it's time. We're into January now, and the Blue Jays win the tip, and let's see if one of those younger folks can step up and make some plays tonight.
Well, that's what I kind of thought as well. You've got a couple kids, Tayana, Meyer, and Miller. They're all averaging around that 7 points per game. One of those kids maybe needs to have a pretty good game tonight, a 14 night, efficient, in order to give us a good opportunity to beat the Comets. That would have been a good one right there to go down. Yeah. Good look for Lappy, but just doesn't quite go.
Looked like that could have been a box and one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that might have been a box and one on Kate.
Well, I'm sure as the year goes on and people see how efficient she is, that you're going to see a variety of junk defenses.
Yep.
Double teaming, box and one type of stuff. Looks like Lucy Schaefer there gets it started for the Comets with a nice looking three. 3-0 Comets. See this 4-across set from the Blue Jays quite a bit. Really trying to hit one of those posts and then looking for that high-low action.
Yep, little dive out of the opposite post. And again, I think it's a man-to-man. We'll see if somebody follows Mia Miller off her pass here.
Even if it is man-to-man, I'm sure you're going to see a lot of help side D.
There's three people on Kate right there.
And if that's going to be the case, you're going to have somebody hit some outside shots. Ooh, that's a tough foul.
Yeah.
I'd have to see a replay, but you gotta let that shooter come down to the ground. Don't get into their body.
There was a little controversy in Madison about that last night. Coach Anderson seems to be handling a little bit better than Coach McCaffrey did last night.
So it looks like they call it after the shot.
That's interesting, even more interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that. Good cut there out of Schaefer.
Man-to-man from the Blue Jays. Nice defense. Oh, they're going to call a foul. I thought they called her out of bounds.
Yeah, he did not give the signal as a foul. He pointed down. I was thinking the same thing, that she was just calling him, or he was calling her out of bounds. Well, so far the Blue Jays have slowed the pace here a little bit for the Comets. You thought they would be pretty fast-paced, but we've done a pretty good job so far not giving them anything easy.
There's that collapsing defense. And to your point, I think, that's going to be the focus early from North Polk. That was the scouting report they had, is surround Kate Lappy, Chesney Steenhook in the post, make the Blue Jays, other perimeter players, knock some outside shots down. So either it's going to have to come off the fast break or they're going to have to hit some outside shots to get some offense.
Yep. And Chesney's another kid, too, that could really have a big night for us. She does a really good job on the boards, maybe getting some of those offensive rebounds with everybody helping on Kate and getting some easy putbacks.
For sure.
And we mentioned turnovers, and there's one for the Blue Jays. And I think part of that just comes with the style that we play. Mia is a very aggressive point guard and pushes the pace much more than a lot of girls' teams, and sometimes that leads to turnovers.
Yeah.
It also leads to a lot of easy shots.
You get a little and you lose a little bit out of that.
And sometimes the dead ball turnovers are a lot different than the live ball turnovers. Those can lead to the layups. The dead ball, at least you can get back and set your defense.
Yep. Early timeout from Coach Anderson, maybe reevaluating what they're seeing defensively and trying to make some adjustments to that. But no, to your point, with Mia, It is. It's a little feast or famine sometimes, but more often than not it's feast. And she's had some really great games controlling tempo, but also on the defensive end, really controlling the other team's point guard. And so far, a good start defensively for the Blue Jays. And again, both teams. You're looking at two of the better teams in 4A girls basketball. I think is North Polk. They're 4A or are they 3A?
I believe that they're 4A. I know they were 3A last year, but I think I'd have to look. When I looked at statistics for state leaders, they were 4A. So, yeah, they were a 4A school.
Point being, in this league, the top 3 or 4 teams are going to be state championship contenders, not just state tournament contenders. And with their record and their win over Ballard, they're certainly in that position where they got to be considered contenders. And they are sitting down in a man-to-man defense and, like to your point, really surrounding the posts.
Yeah, I think last year, I'm trying to remember exactly, we had at least 3 teams, if not 4, make the state tournament. Nice little curl there out of Miller.
Yeah.
First jumper, make it 3-2.
That's a great shot for me, and I think that's really in her skill set to hit that shot. I'd like to see her look for that a little bit more often.
It was very controlled. Sometimes she gets herself in a little bit of a hurry, but that one right there, It was good timing. Good D out of Meyer there. Stopping the drive out of Boatman, who's the leading scorer for the Comets at a little over 15 per game. Another 3 out of Meyer. Yep, those are the shots. We're going to have to find a couple of those.
Knock them down. I'm glad Peyton Meyer's not afraid to take that shot at this point.
Looks like a foul on Schaefer there. Good attack by Miller to the hoop. Going to get 2 shots.
Going to see Rebecca Fuller check in, probably for Chesney, I would guess.
Reba has really given the Jays some good minutes off the bench. Her athletic ability has really made her a presence out on the court. Her ability to go get rebounds, and she's really scored it pretty well. She's another kid that's right around 7 points per game.
She's become a finisher.
And throwing, she's a lefty. Always gives you a little advantage.
Yeah. Mia knocks down a couple of free throws. She has all 4 Blue Jay points.
And the other thing about Reba here is she could probably guard just about anybody on their squad because she is tall enough and athletic enough to guard a guard. There's another one of those turnovers.
Yep.
Just got to make better decisions passing the basketball. That was not very good defense out of the Jays.
Pretty strong take from Bowman, though.
Yeah, she's definitely a good player and pretty efficient as well.
Oh, that would have been nice to see go down. See Hannah Green come out aggressive and look for a shot early.
Schaefer with the drive there. Can't get it to go. As usual, Miller looking to push. Jay's going to set it up here. The other thing about Miller is she really does handle the ball a lot better than most.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look at Reba.
She's going to make him respect her. Give her a little bit of space.
Yeah.
Kate gets beat back. Nice little. There's that fast pace that you're talking about with North Polk.
Yep, and that's the thing is you get a bucket and you celebrate a little bit. Good aggressive move by Reba. She's got to sprint back though.
Just get that a little higher on the backboard. Schaefer's had a couple missed layups here, showing her frustration. Jay's going to set it back up.
Yeah, right there. I wish Rebecca Fuller would have liked to have seen a hard post right on the block there. She didn't really call for the ball or ask for it. She was aggressive, looking for those first couple of shots. But if she pins that defender and gets the ball deep, she's a real threat to score in there.
I would have liked a little NBA continuation too there.
Absolutely.
Miller got that shot to go off the hoop. That would have been good. 2-minute mark. North Polk up 7-6. And Lappy goes to the bench for, I imagine, a quick one. There's a good entry.
Nice job. Chesney Seanook did just that we were talking about. Pinned her defender on the high side, called for the ball over the top, beat the help.
And the Jays did a nice job of getting most of their offensive players on one side, so there was no backside help, which North Polk's been doing really well.
Nice job by Peyton Meyer. She's kind of accepted the challenge there.
Really good cut out of, I believe that was McCool, which I was told she's a move-in. She's a move-in from Southeast Polk.
Never hurts to have a move-in that can start on your basketball team.
Yeah, especially from pretty good basketball school like Southeast Polk.
Right now, what you see out of the comments is they really run an organized fast break. Quick bucket out of Boatman.
Yeah, I think right there really kind of shows what her game is capable of. She's a pretty smooth basketball player and can really score it pretty well.
But you saw that organized fast break, 2 players flying to the wings, 2 players flying to the blocks.
That's a really good take out of Peyton Meyer.
Yep.
She really has made a big improvement from last year to this year, much more under control. Last year I thought she was a little crazy with the basketball in her hands.
Yep, she could be at times. And just a little uncertain and really kind of called into the mix of that really veteran team that we had last year.
Yep.
And she had her moments, but this year much more consistent and
she's really grown
more
as a
confident.
player.
Yep.
Looks like we did have a foul there on Meyer, blocked by Lappy, who's tied for second in 4A for blocks per game. I think at 2 is what I saw.
Maybe going to set something up for Kate here.
Well, if we're going to lay off, that's what you're going to have to make shots.
Absolutely. You're too absolutely.
Schaefer with a nice drive to the hoop. That's one thing I've noticed so far about North Polk is they do not settle for outside shots. They really want to attack the rim and have gotten some really good looks.
Yeah, if you're gonna get up and guard them close, they're gonna drive right around you, and that's where help defense becomes pretty important. But at this point, hey, we're at 13-12. Pretty entertaining game. Not a lot of mistakes. Little early feeling out period between both teams, kind of seeing what the other's doing defensively, and hopefully we'll kind of continue to see this rhythm to the game and kind of that back and forth action.
Yeah, that's a pretty exciting first quarter. 1 point. I think both teams have kind of started to make that adjustment already and are starting to maybe score a little more efficiently on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think a big key going forward for the Blue Jays is that transition defense piece because, again, you saw a nice bucket out of Rebecca Fuller, and North Polk had 2 passes and they were down the floor and getting a layup. And if that continues, you can't just try to trade baskets with them.
You can't give a good team easy points like that because they are making us earn ours. We're not exactly just getting easy layups.
Right.
They're making us run offense and get good looks. Totally agree. Jays start with the ball here in the second quarter. That's a good look. Tough angle.
Oop.
That might be her second too.
Yeah.
That'll probably put her.
Yep.
Probably put her on the bench. Looks like Taylon is going to check in for her pretty quickly.
Right.
That's an unfortunate foul right there.
It is. It is kind of the wrong place at the wrong time, and almost made that really high or low percentage shot. High degree of difficulty, but
yeah, she just got herself a little bit too deep. Another nice cut there out of Schaefer. They do a lot of cuts from the wing, and I'm sure when you've done some shell drill, you always want to make sure that nobody crosses your face. And right now, we've allowed a few face cuts.
Face cuts and just getting beat on that high elbow screen on those cuts. Oh,
good effort out of Chesney. She might needed to gather herself a little bit better there to put that shot up.
Looked a little Larry Bird-esque, didn't it?
Yeah. Missed shot there out of Boatman, goes out of bounds. Blue Jay basketball, 15-12, 7 to play in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've certainly seen our share of games this year where the tempo and the pace and the clock stoppages have not been to the same liking of this game.
Good drive out of Tiana. I'd really like to see more out of her.
Oh, man.
Doing that. She's a pretty gifted basketball player and just needs to be more aggressive.
I don't think she knows how good she can be. And, again, your first varsity action, I think she's a kid that's a little risk adverse right now. She wants to make the right plays and not turn the ball over, but her role is going to definitely change when Mia graduates next year. She's going to
for sure
pick up more of the ball handling, but to your point, I just don't think she knows how good she is and how she could be much more aggressive. Good looking stroke at the line,
two
too.
Pretty smooth free throws right there. Cuts it to 1. Tuttle bringing the ball up for the Comets, who's a freshman, leads their team in assists. Pretty good looking freshman. Again, Comets just really doing a nice job of dribble drive, kick it.
Yep.
Get the defender out of position a little bit, and then open it up for another drive.
There's that double team on Kate.
Oh, that's the right idea.
Yeah, perfect job from Chesney to flash to that open spot with that double team. That's gonna potentially lead to a couple buckets later in the game if they stay on top of those type of opportunities.
Yep, if Kate's getting double teamed, somebody's got to be open. You just got to cut and find that open spot. Little flex cut there. Jump ball, going to be Comets basketball. Pretty good move out of Kate. I think she wished she probably had that one back.
Yep. I'm pretty sure if I had been Gardner, that ball would have gone in the basket.
Well, she would have caught it much lower.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to have Reba checking back in for the Jays. We've also got number 40, Greta Dillinger, checking in for the Comets. Dad was a pretty good player for the Comets back in the day.
Ooh, almost looked like a hook there for a second.
Boatman with a really nice crossover. Maybe got herself a little too out of control. Miller's feeling it. Nope. Oh, good hustle out of Chesney.
Nice rebound. Nice put back.
That's a big bucket.
Yes, it is.
17-16.
There we go.
And I'd say that's the thing I've noticed about Tiana the most is she does lead us in steals. She's very active on the defensive end.
Hey, we get a timeout out of the Comets too. As we said at the top of the broadcast, we really need some of these other players besides Kate and Mia to step up. Kate's been held scoreless to this point.
Yep.
And Chesney's had more points in games, but I don't know if she's had bigger baskets than the two that she's had tonight off of rebounds and just being in the right place at the right time. And then Tiana with the free throws, and then the steal and the pick six, if you will, the touchdown and the 2 points. I think she'll be dunking that next year.
It was a really good response out of the Blue Jays. I was getting a little concerned there. Comets got a 3-point lead on the ball, and you're thinking, man, they might be able to extend this thing a little bit. But Jays with 2 really good buckets there. Now have the lead, 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, and so far, pretty good defensive strategy. They've been beating off those cuts a little bit off the high post. There's one right there.
Yeah, you get that wing cut with a little bit of a high screen. It's kind of hard to get through that traffic.
Yep. It takes like an adjustment period. It's sort of like the old reverse action cut that Wisconsin ran. Who was the coach? Oh, Bo Ryan.
Yep.
From Platteville, the old Platteville reverse action cut offense, which is sort of like a flex. Once you get into the rhythm of the game, you can kind of figure that out a little bit defensively and anticipate, but then there's adjustments that the offense can make too.
Well, and you almost wonder if the Jays could switch some of those because they do have a lot of similar type of bodies.
Yep.
Similar type of athletes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you end up with mismatches, though, when you get the wrong switch, so that's not always the answer. Jays are going with that 4 cross look. So we're trying to get Kate posted up. Good luck. Good cut.
Good cut.
Thought she got bumped a little bit.
Yeah,
but
I thought so too.
Normally she finishes that one, though.
And, that first bucket is always a tough one to get. And then once the lid comes off, you relax.
Ooh, Miller almost got herself in trouble there. Ooh, that was a big pick out of Chesney.
See, they're really playing off of Hannah Green on the wing to help inside.
Man, what a pass. What a pass out of Miller.
Yep. Kate's first bucket. So let's see if that's the first of many to come. Good defense.
Yep, Kate really challenged that shot. That would have been a big three.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Mia aggressively going after her shot.
North Polk kind of bailed themselves out there. Ended up getting a layup out of it.
Yep.
I think she saw Reba at the last second and adjusted her pass.
Yep.
Otherwise, that would have been an easy one for Reba.
Yep.
2020, 3.5 to play. Exciting game so far. Conference leading North Polk Comets.
I think Hannah was ready to pull the trigger. She just didn't catch the ball cleanly, and she's going to have to be a threat.
That's a good job there. A little nice pick and roll. Got Tuttle on the bump. Chesney going on the line for two. And you look at this schedule, and North Polk's really, they got some good wins under their belt already, starting off with DCG, a team we saw in the state tournament last year, beating Pella, matched up with Solon and beat them, beat Winterset, who's supposed to be pretty good in our league, and then also, like I mentioned, Tuesday, knocking off Ballard, who I would have predicted is being the conference champ. Still could be.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got a lot of nice W's, and I think the Bluejays really are kind of looking for their first big W this year.
This would be their signature win to this point.
Yeah.
Chesney missed a couple free throws on the other end to get the lead, and Hannah Green just a little late getting over on that cut.
Yep. If you're going to be following them, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You're either going to foul them or they're going to get a layup like that. I got a feeling that Coach Anderson worked on the no-face cuts. Hey. You were right. She's been ready. She's been ready to shoot it.
Yep. Big bucket from Hannah Green.
23-22. North Polk responds quickly.
Lucy Schaefer.
Yeah, coming in, Hannah had only shot 7.7 from the three-point line, so I'd say for somebody who's done that, she was very confident in that shot. Another turnover there for the Blue Jays.
Yep.
That's a tough one. You're looking for Lappy, but you just
want to
put a little too much on it.
Reba showing a little ups there.
Yeah, Reba was ready to block that thing into the cheap seats. Another good cut.
Yeah.
They're just overall a pretty smart basketball team, know when to cut and where to find that opening.
Yep.
If you're a defender and you get caught ball watching, they're going to backdoor cut you.
That's the old C-man, C-ball, the old shell drill.
Yep.
And
we getting texts from old co-workers there, it looks like.
Yeah. I've heard the guy.
The king of Kimballton.
He's not much of an administrator, but he was a decent middle school social studies teacher.
Slightly above average.
Yeah, we're talking about Seth Polberg. He lives a pretty charmed life, I think.
Get in there. Peyton goes 0 for 3 right now on the three-point line. I think you got to still keep shooting them, though.
Yeah, I think she thought about it there. Cocked the leg. And
what do we got here? Little hand check.
Little hand check on the outside.
I think that's on Boatman, maybe. Her second. That'd be a big foul. I'm going to put her on the bench here probably to the end of the half. 26-23, 1 to play. Lappy for 3.
I like it. I like the look.
You just don't find that many skilled players like her.
No.
The things that she can do, the ability to post up, hit the three. You need her to play point guard, she can play point guard.
Yeah, block a shot for you on the defensive end.
Throw a shot put.
Throw a discus. Right now she is leaning in and.
Yep, don't get a cheap one here.
Yeah. Both players are bumping pretty hard right there.
Come on.
Yeah, we kind of could see that. Yeah, could kind of see that one coming. Hey, that's her first foul, and it's an aggressive foul. You don't want to give up that possession, inside of a minute with a chance to take the lead in the half.
No.
But at the same time, it shows North Polk she's not going to back down. She's going to keep being physical, keep wanting the ball.
Definitely looked like a two-way street there.
Yeah. See if they play for one shot here.
I would think so, especially you're down to 15 now.
The coach from the bench is making that call.
This is an interesting matchup with Chesney on the point guard. And
a second touch. Sure looked like a second touch.
Not sure if that guy saw the double tip, but
no.
Reba shows off her athletic ability there. She was waiting for that one. Good job out of Reba again. Big defensive play. Had a couple more dribbles there.
Little early, but
you got to get that ball and check the clock real quick.
Not a bad look.
Pretty darn good first half for both teams. 26-26, kind of what we expected. An exciting matchup.
Really a well-played, high-level game. This is the second game for both teams coming out of break. Sometimes show a little bit of rust, a little bit of conditioning issues, but really that's pretty high-level basketball. And if both of these teams kind of continue to trend in this direction, they're both going to set themselves up for some postseason success and a run at being for sure in that top half of the conference, if not conference champions.
Yeah, they're both vying for that. Obviously, for us to have any kind of shot at a conference title, we would definitely have to come out victorious tonight. But I agree. I think both coaches got to be overall pretty happy with the way their kids have played. We could probably cut down turnovers a little bit. I think North Polk maybe had a few shots they felt like they could have made, but overall, pretty good basketball, pretty good first half, and looking forward to an exciting second half.
Hey, it was 25 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Like, we've seen some 40, 45-minute halves, So, good pace, good tempo for both teams, pretty clean. I didn't keep track of all the fouls, I guess. I don't think North Polk had as many as the Bluejays. You got Peyton Meyer and
I think it was 6-6.
Okay. Peyton
6-6.
Meyer. Okay.
If I remember correctly.
Peyton Meyer and Tayana both with 2, so that'll be something to watch early on. But really good balance out of the Bluejays.
Boatman had 2 for them.
Okay.
And she's obviously a player of importance, being the number one scorer for them.
For sure.
Welcome back to Bondurant. Halftime of the girls' game. We've got a 26-26 tie for the Comets. They're currently being led by Michaela Boatman with 9 and Lucy Schaefer with 9. The Jays support a pretty balanced attack with Miller having 6. Lappy's got 5 and a few other with 4.
And so all 7 of the Blue Jay players in the scoring column. So getting good contributions out of everybody at this point.
That's good. Hopefully building a little confidence for some of those kids that we talked about are going to have to, maybe it's not 14, maybe it's 10 tonight. But if you get that from a couple kids, I think that'll really make a big difference. We'll see what kind of adjustments these coaches make at halftime. You see anything major either one will do?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a whole lot you can change at this point. I mean, North Polk has pretty much taken Kate Lappy out of her game. She has 5 points. She got those kind of late in the half. She hasn't really established herself in the post as she has usually. So maybe Coach Anderson can find some different ways to get her some touches. Maybe send her through a couple of screens off of something coming from the wing or whatever the case might be. But no, I don't think North Polk would change much defensively, nor do I think Bondurant Farrar would. Maybe you switch to a zone for a few possessions and see how they handle that. Of course, I think they have some three-point shooters, but
I think they're pretty talented offensively for that.
Yep. At this point, I don't think either team is going to change up a whole lot.
Maybe Lappy will step outside and hit a few more threes.
And that's not a bad strategy.
That was a good little flex cut there.
A little flex action right now.
Good post up out of Chesney. Too late.
A little late.
She's also got to hold their position a little bit longer. Meyer gets her third. We talked about that.
Yep.
That could be a factor.
Yep. She and Tiana both with.
Really don't want to see her going to the bench this early.
Yep.
Starts with that entry pass. Get there a little bit sooner. Chesney do a little bit better job of keeping that defender on her back.
Yep. Not for lack of effort, but a little frustrating. You want her on the floor. We want Peyton Meyer on the floor.
Whew, I thought maybe we touched that, but
I think so too.
He was definitely in better position than we are.
Much better.
And we'll take the call there. Blue Jays going the other way.
You and I are both big fans of officials.
Got some favorites. So both teams start off with turnovers in their first possession. Chesney for 3. Lappy had a shot there at an offensive rebound. Another drive to the hoop there.
Yeah.
Comets are really good at that. They're definitely the best team I've seen so far this year at getting to the hoop and finishing.
And that's a little too easy there for Mia Miller to let her drive around her like that. Talented offensive player, but Mia's better than that defensively.
So maybe one thing that Blue Jays might think about doing differently is backing off just a little bit. Let's see if they can make some shots.
They can prove it. We haven't seen a lot of threes at this point.
I saw Lappy hunting that thing from half court.
Yep.
Let's see, looking at
throw her in the long jump this year.
Let's see, looking at some statistics. Boatman shoots 33, Schaefer 27.
Yeah, and there's
Schaefer
one for Boatman.
31.
Or excuse me, one for Schaefer.
Yep, Tuttle 23. So they can shoot it, but not quite as well as they are shooting layups. Good find.
Blocked.
Yep, good recovery there out of Tuttle.
This is kind of becoming crucial time right now.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
Able to set your feet, step into that thing.
Yep.
That's a pretty easy one for Boatman.
Yeah, quick 8-0 run in the first 2 minutes of the half. And you see it so many times the first couple minutes, the last couple minutes of a half, the first couple minutes of a half really can where the game can be in the balance right there. And North Polk, you had to go there and say, let's see if they can prove it and hit a couple of shots from three-point land, and they did.
Yep.
So thanks a lot for that. I'm sure if Coach Anderson listens to the rebroadcast of this, he may come find you later next week. But,
and looking at their stats, I thought maybe they would shoot more threes, but I can see after watching them why they don't shoot a ton of threes. because they're super efficient at getting to the hoop. They
Yep.
shoot threes when they have to or when they
Yep.
need to. So pretty good job out of North Polk here to start the second half. I think Jay's just got to do a better job of valuing the basketball.
Well, exactly. And North Polk's going to make the Blue Jays play half-court offense. They're going to have to take care of the ball. It's not going to be what we've seen in some of their other games where it's 2, 3, 4 passes and a quick bucket. They may have to run 30, 35, 40, 45-second possessions and show a lot of patience and be really solid with the ball. A little three-quarter court pressure here.
Yep, little change of pace. And that's something right there that you don't get to see a lot for other teams, is a point guard who can make that pass.
Yeah, and a big that can catch the ball and finish like that either.
There's been a lot of those that Mia threw up there knowing that she's throwing it to a person who can go get it where a lot of other ones wouldn't be able to. It's a good athletic play.
And an important first basket of the half.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to retract my statement. They can make threes.
That's her third of the game, second of this half.
And she's up to 17 right now for the Comets.
Yeah, and she looked really comfortable doing that.
Not too bad a pass out of Mia there. I'd really like to see Green go get that one, be a little more aggressive. That's a bucket. Ooh. Good drive again. Like you said earlier, just a little too easy, though.
There you go, Mia. Nice pull up.
37-30, 5 to play. Jays are going to have to tighten things up here on the defensive end.
Yep. Tana looking for the pick there. She almost had that.
Yeah, that looked like it might have been a double tip as well.
Off the coach.
Right off his face.
Yep. Yeah, North Polk just looks really comfortable shooting the ball right there.
Reba, she just hit one in your face the previous possession. You're going to have to get out there.
Yep. 3 threes in 3.5 minutes of play out of Schaefer.
Yeah, Lucy's, we got the two Schaefer sisters there, but Lucy is definitely playing well tonight and really kind of leading this charge here, pulling the Comets away.
Yep, quick 10-point lead after we were tied at 26 at half.
And that was the third foul on Boatman. Able to execute that pass there.
A lot of black jerseys in the
Yep.
lane.
Another drive to the hoop.
Tuttle's first bucket of the night. And looked pretty good doing that.
Yeah, especially for a freshman. I just think she's got a lot of composure. Forced turnover there out of Tuttle as well. Boatman's doing a nice job of getting in the hoop, but having a little bit of a hard time finishing. That probably was a foul on Schaefer. Oh. I think that was Flop City.
Yeah, that's a...
It's kind of hard when Tiana's body is going out of bounds.
She's going away from the play. That's
and how can you be in legally guarding position on the court? I don't know. Another really good drive out of Tuttle.
Nice strong take. Things getting away from the Blue Jays a little bit right now.
That's a charge.
Yep. That's a little bit of a frustration play.
Us trying to get back quickly and.
Yep. Get her a break. Get her to take a few deep breaths, get a drink of water, and get herself right to get back in, because we're going to need her if we're going to make a run at this thing.
Might have to pull Meyer out back out on the court, even though she's got 3.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer you can wait.
There's that cut.
Yep, and there was a little bit of a switch, or at least help, out of the Blue Jays.
This guy always ends up on that baseline.
Yeah, good hustle out of both teams there, but unfortunately goes off the Blue Jays. I think Kate's trying to double her block total tonight.
She's adding to it, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got at least 3 or 4.
I was going to say 3. Good contest.
Yeah, I'd like to see her not swat so hard
Yeah.
at it.
Yep. Maybe just keep that hand straight
Like
up.
you're going to be there, Reba. You're going to be higher than everybody else. You don't need to swat it. It's a good-looking shot right there. Ooh, I thought Reba got hit.
She absolutely got fouled.
That's a tough break for the Jays. Thought the three was down, had an offensive putback, probably got bumped. Now it's going to end up being Comet basketball. Jays down 14, 44-30. Comets have been super efficient offensively here in the second half.
18 points out of the gate. And
3 or 4 threes, quite a few layup opportunities. There's a hook. There's a hook. Yep.
It's hard.
I think he heard me.
Yeah, I think so too. Got to take advantage of these, though. Got to take advantage. Got to get points on this possession. You don't have to play perfectly from here on out, but in the last 10 minutes of this game, you're going to have to shoot at a high percentage and really get a lot of stops on the other end.
I think you definitely have to get this thing into single digits by the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
That's definitely the goal.
I think Kate got called for posting up a little strong again, a little too strong.
Bringing Meyer back in with the 3 fouls. She needs to really be smart here. We're going to need her out on the court. Looks like Kylie Rasmussen has entered the game for the Comets as well. Pretty good track athlete, good 400 runner. That's a good look. Now go up through him. She just couldn't quite gather herself quick enough.
Looks like he called a cylinder foul there, didn't he? Oh, little block. Ooh, that's a foul. Speaking of the cylinder, kind of got into her space.
Little invasion of the space there. Well, one thing we could do is maybe get some cheap free throws here.
Yep.
We got 4 team fouls now.
Get a couple more quick ones, get into the bonus early, score some points without time coming off the clock. It's always good.
Little double team. Somebody's got to be open. There we go. I think Chesney's got to be ready to shoot that one.
She can't turn that down. Good hustle on the back tap by Rebecca Fuller.
Showing off her track ability there.
Yep.
She runs all right.
I've seen her run. She's not bad. If she was coached a little bit better in a lot of things, the long jump and sprinting, she'd probably be even better yet.
I don't doubt that.
No, she could have a pretty exciting track season. She doesn't look like she's lost any athleticism in the off season.
I just love how North Polk, they're always moving. They're always constantly cutting and moving.
Yep. A lot of screens on the backside. Really makes a team work and play defensively and play smart.
I'm not sure if it's a pattern type of motion or if it's just kind of do what the defense is giving you.
Yeah.
Really good cut out of Schaefer there. Going to go to the line for 2.
That looked like a little bit of improvisation there on that cut at the end. Schaefer's, man, she's been impressive tonight and really has gotten things going in this third quarter. I think that's 10 points for her just in the quarter.
And she is second on their team in scoring with right about 14, but she's already at 21, and we're not even into the fourth quarter yet. So she's definitely having a night.
And she just looks comfortable out on the three-point line. And once somebody who can shoot gets comfortable out on the three-point line, you got to run them off of that. And then when we do, she drives the ball to the basket. So she's just been an impressive player tonight.
That one looked like it was going to be a little short, but crawls over the rim.
When you catch the front end of the rim on the underside and the ball still goes in,
it's a
night.
night. Yeah. Comets extend to 16.
Kate Lappy getting a breather right now. Oh, and they called that on the floor. My goodness.
I have no idea how that's on the floor. I feel like a couple of these calls, they're just kind of making up as they go.
I think he started counting before he handed her the ball, too.
Well, he dropped it on the ground. He didn't actually hand it to her.
I'm falling into a dark place right now.
Yeah, I know. We've never complained about officials before in our coaching career.
Nope. Good job from Hannah Green, hanging out on the weak side.
Much needed bucket. We've been cold for a while there. 46-32. Again, we've got the matchup with Chesney on the point guard. We got to have better help defense. Like there's that point where you just gotta stop the basketball.
Yep. So that was the quarter that we just couldn't afford to have.
22 points for North Polk there.
Yeah, 6 for the Blue Jays. So you have the game right where you wanted at halftime. But give North Polk credit. They have shot a high percentage. To your point, they've been very efficient, and they've just defended a little bit better than the Blue Jays have at this point. So it's going to take a pretty special 8 minutes of basketball to get back into this game and to get it into the win column.
And it'll be hard to do against a team like this because they do put 4 or 5 kids out there offensively that are really skilled.
And they can handle the ball.
They're not going to just give you easy ones. They're not going to turn it over a ton. Like I told you, that's one of the big differences is about an 8 or 9 difference in turnovers per game.
Yeah.
And we've kind of seen that a little bit tonight. Some of our possessions have been empty because we've turned it over, and they haven't had very many of those.
And Bonneret Farrar's not a great three-point shooting team, and that's not their bread and butter. Their bread and butter is getting that ball 5 feet from the basket and getting easy buckets, and they've just been hard to come by so far tonight. You see Kate maybe a little frustrated. She's got 7 points. She's probably going to get herself into double digits here tonight, but not her typical output. And give North Polk credit because they've just surrounded her with comments all night.
Yeah, they're definitely suffocating her and making somebody else beat you, which they definitely should. There we go. There's Meyer hitting that first 3. Cuts it to a 13-point lead.
I believe.
There you go. There's a nice turnover.
Oh, she might
have just got to get yourself under control. It's going to lead to a bucket at the other end for North Polk.
Little run out for Liza Schaefer.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Would have been like a 5-0, 6-0 run for the Jays. Really cut into that lead. Ooh, Boatman picks up her 4th.
Yep.
She might go sit here a little bit. We'll see what Coach does. Yep. Looks like she's coming out. Tiana's 2 for 2 on the night. A couple swishes.
Why do you say the things you do?
Yeah.
Why do you do that? You just got to stop right now.
I did. I really jinxed her. Jeez. I love how Kate. Me?
Me? Really?
Yeah, it was probably a weak one, but definitely a little bit of a reach there.
And her 3rd foul, we can't. We don't want to see her pick up another quick one. Got to keep her on the floor.
Got to play smart here. Really would like to see the Jays do a lot better job in their help defense. Somebody drives to the hoop that you step in there. There's a good deflection and a steal.
There we go. Get that ball inside. Let her go to work. There we go. That's the all-stater right there.
Yeah, that's just that's an athletic move that you don't see very often.
It's a big girl play.
Finishing with the left hand.
This is what we need. We need North Polk to be quick, maybe 1 or 2 passes and a missed shot. Need a 3 here.
There we go.
Good little dribble drive and a jump shot for Meyer.
11-point lead now.
Cut into a 16-point lead. North Polk's going to take a timeout. So,
yeah, I'm guessing he probably doesn't like how quickly they've went the last few possessions offensively. you got a lead like that. Let's run through. We've been able to get layups all night. Let's see if we can't get a layup and not a
right. And with Boatman on the bench,
not a quick jumper.
You need to really run some clock. Don't give up anything easy. When they've executed their offense, they've gotten good looks. So
for sure. But Jays have done a nice job forcing some turnovers. Got that early one with Tiana, and now you look at it and go, man, if we would have got a bucket there and taken a bucket away from them, that's a 4-point turn.
Game.
Now all of a sudden we're at a 7-point game, and things could get dicey.
Good to hear the pep band in here tonight. Got Trey Hill directing the band.
Student section finally getting done, eating dinner, showing up.
I think they're showing up just in time for the dance team.
That must be it. All right, another cheapie. All right, now we got to knock this down, Tiana.
Let's see.
Clock max.
Yeah, bonus time.
Clock max.
Yeah, the clock is running.
I think Mr. Czar there.
Nobody sees that.
Yeah, got us about, oh my gosh, it's still going.
They need to put about
it's about 5:57.
10, 15 seconds back on.
Are
they going to do it? They need to. Coach Anderson needs to ask for that right now.
Yeah, that was a significant amount of time, at least 20 seconds.
That's not home cooking.
No, I'm pretty sure when I looked up there, it was about 5:57. They're going to go 5:48. That's better than nothing. But he's close to 10 seconds short there. Max is probably blaming it on a malfunction.
Yep. Look at him. I don't know what's going on. He must have lost a bet. He's wearing a Nebraska Huskers.
Okay, now we went to 5:50.
He's wearing a Huskers shirt.
I mean, does anybody do that by choice?
Like I said, he must have lost a bet.
Okay, and Tiana made the first one, right?
We got it up there.
Okay.
Got it to 10. Got to get it underneath there.
Yeah, she wanted to shoot
she
that.
She did, but
she's like, Coach just said don't. Oh, I thought she missed that one.
I thought she might have got bumped just a little bit to knock her off, but she.
Nice little finger roll, cuts it to 8.
Yep. Just your ordinary 5-player in 4A girls basketball in Iowa. Oh, might have been out of bounds, and I don't think official was looking at that. Her back foot looked like it was on the black. I'm a long ways from it, but maybe wishful thinking.
I don't know if you saw that tweet about something about with the efficiency of all the players in 4A or 5A, and Kate was leading the charge there. Can't remember who put that out.
Like a PER kind of thing.
Yeah, something to do with player efficiency.
Yep. Well, in some of their big wins that they've had, she's not played a ton of minutes, but she scored a lot of points and not missed many shots. So that's definitely contributed to that. So
looking at this efficiency thing, I don't even remember what went into it, but Kate was at 30.38, and the next highest person was 22.7, and then 18.17. So she had quite an extensive lead on everybody else. Looked like it was CIML.
So I may have just gotten a message from Mrs. Czar that Mr. Czar wanted that shirt for Christmas. And
is he going to have the kids like drawing it or something?
That's a good wife to get, her husband what he wants for Christmas. But
sometimes you got to make good decisions for your spouses too.
Yes, but good job, Rhonda. You're a good wife, mom, and neighbor, and staff member.
All right, need another big defensive stop here for the Jays. Comets really have had some uncharacteristic turnovers the last few times that have led to some easy buckets for the Jays.
Yep.
There's one of those nice cuts.
I think you've got the defensive unit on the floor
right there.
Now.
Oh, good challenge out of Mia. She had Tiana beat, but that was good help right there.
Yep. see if we can get this thing cut to 6, maybe 5 on this possession.
Yeah, you get a bucket here, and now all of a sudden you really start to put a little pressure on the Comets. Throw it into her. Throw it back.
Cut, Reba. Make a move. That a girl. There a girl.
She went right hand on that, too.
Yes, she did.
44-50, 4 minutes to go.
We got a ball game.
No easy baskets here. Make them work it.
Lost the help again.
Ooh. Got lucky that one didn't go down.
Yep.
Again, you gotta step over and provide a little bit more help side defense.
Yep. Just everybody got locked into their own player there for a second.
I'd love to see us take a charge. Big free throw out of Schaefer there.
Boy, she's been good tonight.
25.
Yeah. She'd have a high efficiency.
Super, yes.
Tonight. Oh, looked like it was going down for a second.
And that's a good shot. You got to take it.
Yeah.
Needed it to go.
Get you down to 5. And now North Polk going to have a chance to add some points at the free throw line. 1-1, so.
A little pressure here. Always more pressure on those 1-and-1s. Unfortunately, we got the wrong one at the line.
I'm not sure it was her that was fouled. I'd like to see the replay on that.
I'd take anybody else right now.
Yeah. She's not going to miss. She's having I don't know if this is her career scoring night.
I was just thinking the same thing. I wonder what it is. It's got to be close.
There we go.
Like I said, she scores around 14 a game, so I'm sure she's had some in the 20s.
Dang, darn it. That's a tough turnover right there. It's the right idea, just didn't quite get that pass executed.
I think she's probably been used to Kate beating that person and getting around and getting position, and that just didn't happen there.
Yep.
Going to have to apply some pressure here.
Yeah, Meyer with 4 fouls. Tiana with 4 fouls. So really need this group of 5 to stay on the floor at this point.
Yeah, you got to get up on her. You can't sit back. I'm not for sure if let's see if North Polk's got a bad free throw shooter. You might want to think about fouling their worst free throw shooter to get a 1-and-1 here.
Yep. Gonna have to go foul here pretty quick.
The funny thing is it's Lucy Schaefer. 45.7. I would not have predicted that.
Well, tonight she's 5 of 6. There's Reba with the
steal.
There we
go. Look.
Going to that left hand. And 1.
You betcha.
Hey. Coach
cuts it to 7.
Coach Gibson's getting excited up here.
Well, yeah, it should be.
Absolutely. We're make no apologies to Mr. Polberg over in Comet Land. We are homers, no doubt about it. Pulling for the girls in the white jerseys tonight. Oh, a little strong.
Strong but in.
That's touch right there. Hey, it's a two-possession game.
Big 7 points there for Reba.
North Polk was really patient, really threw the ball around. Sometimes teams put it into the ice box, and it can backfire.
Oh, that's a foul.
Yep.
I think initially it was a pretty good block up top, but then she followed through on the arm. And
I'm not sure she even needed to try to block that shot. I think Schaefer was kind of going to get herself in bad position and not at an easy angle for a layup. Might not have even gone up.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough angle for sure. Well, we'll see if this 45.7 percentage works out, but I have not seen anything that looks remotely like 45.7.
6 of 7, and she makes the next one, she'll be at 88% for the night.
Yeah. Maybe she hasn't shot very many free throws, which I have a hard time believing because the amount she drives to the hoop, I got to think she gets fouled quite a bit. Tiana might have got away with the travel.
Yep, might have walked.
We'll take it, though. 2 shots. 8-point lead for the Comets.
Bluejays hanging around. After that third quarter drought, they got themselves back into the game to their credit. Let's see if they can continue to inch closer. Going to have to make those, especially no time coming off the clock.
One thing about Tana, she gets a little frustrated when things don't go right. She just got to relax, and you can't change the missed one. You got to focus on this one.
There we go. There we go.
Good offensive rebound there out of Kate.
There's 13 on the night for her. So she's been getting shut down, but yeah, there she is.
That's good effort there out of Miller. I like the aggressiveness. Timeout. Ooh, all right.
Go, girl. Oh, just needed to finish that thing.
That really would have been a big one, cutting it to 4. It was the right move, just couldn't quite get it to go down. Another timeout out of North Polk.
Yep. So we're looking at both teams in the double bonus. Next foul, both teams will go to the line to shoot 2. And you got Miller, Meyer, and Keys with 4 fouls right now. Lappy with 3.
Do you sub somebody in so they don't get a 5th foul, or you think you're going to roll with this? Because we're getting to that point now where you almost got to start fouling. You can't go a heck of a lot longer.
Yeah, I'm going to foul, and I'm going to foul anybody but Lucy Schaefer at this point because she's locked in, she's comfortable, and she's not going to miss her free throws. So anybody but her. You know, Boatman's probably another good free throw shooter. Looks like she's shooting at about 61%, but good looking stroke. Liza Schaefer at 85%. I'm just not going to follow Lucy Schaefer. That's all I know.
I agree.
I'm not going to wait very long. The way they take care of the ball start to lengthen the game right now.
Yeah, I think you got to extend possessions. Maybe play defense for a little bit, see if you can't get a turnover. We have probably gotten 7 or 8 forced turnovers this quarter.
They're a little bit susceptible to the turnover on the wing, especially when we kind of bring a double. So maybe get one out of the first pass or 2, and if not, I think you got to go foul.
Yep, I agree. I don't think you can go too long. But like you mentioned, we got a couple kids with 4 fouls, so you got to make sure they're not the ones doing the fouling.
Maybe look to trap off of a pass too.
We gotta get out and pressure.
Yeah.
Can't sit back. You gotta be getting a count here.
Yeah. Good foul from Rebecca Fuller. That's her first. So. And again, you know, if you're gonna have to foul, maybe you go a little bit earlier, not questioning strategy. You know, I think you do go look for a steal early, but then you got to come out and pressure, or maybe throw a trap at people.
I would have liked to have seen him be a little more aggressive. I felt like we just kind of sat back there a little bit and didn't really force the issue a whole lot.
Yep.
Understanding the situation. Boatman knocks that down.
It's 14 for her.
Bobby Wright's got to get the right numbers up there on the board, so I know how many points each person's got.
We're going to keep calling out those volunteers over there. Because Patrick and I go after you as often as we can.
Well, a couple years ago I did mess up and miss a point against Carroll. That might have cost us.
This is not confessional time.
Well, right there, that really going to make things challenging for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's Peyton Meyer's last foul. So not really much of a choice for her.
Nope.
Would rather have seen that. I guess Mia has 4 fouls as well. Would rather have seen Kate or Rebecca give that foul.
There's just not a ton of options.
Yep. Get Hannah Green in. She's a threat from the 3-point line as well.
Freshman stepping up there and knocking it down.
Yep. Yeah, she's
going to be a really good. She's going to be a really good player.
Handles it well. A lot of poise. Good looking stroke right there. Looks like she spent some time in a gym.
Yep. Shoots about 80% from the free throw line.
Would like to see Kate float out to the 3-point line there. But
yeah, I think you kind of got to go for 3 there. Well, you got to try for that.
Now you got to foul, Rebecca. There you go. And so Kind of running out of time here.
It really did come down to that third quarter.
Oh, man.
We played them even in the first half. We've outscored them in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
But North Polk, you talked about it, mentioning how turnovers can lead to points, and we turned it over early in that third quarter, and North Polk went on a really big run, and we just couldn't overcome it.
Well, and Lucy Schaefer's the reason behind all that. I mean, 3 threes, got to the free throw line there in the third quarter. She really turned it up a notch. And, you know, they had a lead to kind of play around with a little bit. I'm sure their coaching staff would like to see them finish the game off a little bit stronger than this, but they're going to come out of here with a W and a tough place to play against a team that was a state tournament team and a couple of solid all-state caliber players here at Bondurant.
For sure. You're always going to be happy going home with a victory. Both teams got a few things that they can work on. Really proud of the way our girls kept fighting and got themselves back into this game. I still think we find a way to eliminate some mistakes, and we're right there with the likes of a North Polk and a Ballard.
Yep. 6-point game. You know, you're down. I don't think we ever got it under 6. I think 6 was right.
Tayana had that layup to possibly cut it to 4.
Yep.
But we couldn't get past the 6. I don't think we got it to 5 either. We had a couple. We had a 3-point attempt to cut it to 5, but didn't get it to go.
Hey, we've probably left a couple of things out to this point. First of all, the Bird's Nest, our sponsor. They're.
Hey, this is my first night.
I know. I should have brought that up, but our folks at the Bird's Nest, our sponsor here, making these games possible. Look. There's a lot of grandpas and grandmas and aunts and uncles, cousins, and just some of our own folks from Bondurant that want to have a nice quiet evening at home on a Friday night that appreciate these broadcasts made possible by the Bird's Nest. And they do a great service for our community. They employ a lot of our high school kids. So a shout out to them. And then we've got to pick a player of the game, a Legacy Bank player of the game, thanks to our Legacy Bank
Can you give it to opposing players?
No, I don't think we better do that. You know, I'm gonna nominate. You can second it. I'm gonna go with Mia Miller tonight. You know, we couldn't quite get the night. Couldn't quite get the win tonight. It wasn't Kate Lappy's night. Credit North Polk's excellent defensive effort on her, but I thought Mia did a nice job playing under control. Limited her turnovers. Got some of those shots in the paint.
Made some jump shots tonight early.
Yeah. And when we really needed some defensive plays there in that fourth quarter, she was in the middle of all of that. So I'm going to nominate Mia. If you second that.
Yep, I second it. You never question her effort and her toughness, and she showed some pretty good grit tonight. I thought she made some really good entry passes to Kate with the defense that North Polk was playing. Had to be perfect spot, and she was able to do that. So, yeah, I think that's a great candidate for player of the game.
And really, all 7 of the girls that played minutes tonight had some really, really nice contributions. Hannah Green knocked down a 3. Rebecca Fuller coming off the bench played well, made really impactful there in the fourth quarter with their defense and getting a couple of buckets. So there's some real positives that Coach Anderson and his staff can take away from this. You know, you never want to lose on your home court to another conference contender, but North Polk was just the better team tonight.
And that puts them at 9 out of the last 10 against us, going back at the last 10 matchups. So, yeah, you definitely don't want to see that. But like you said, though, I think there's a lot of good things and things that we can improve upon going down the stretch.
Big boys game coming up.
We'll take a little break. We'll be right back and talk about this one.
About 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay, go get your popcorn.
We would like to take a moment to recognize our Athletic Booster Club business sponsors for their generous donation to our school. Our sponsors this year are Authentic Construction, Iowa Floor Covering, Lori Construction, Remax Hilltop, Parks Custom Homes, Photos by Ben, Plaza RV, Story Kenworthy, Oral Surgeons PC, and Wheeze Tees. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, you can purchase it in a variety of ways, including RevTrack on the school's website, Venmo at BF Boosters, or via check or credit card at the J Shop during the football game. Learn more about Athletic Boosters through the school website under Activities, Booster Club, and then Athletics. You can find us through Facebook at Bondurant Athletic Boosters Club and Twitter at BF Boosters.
Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty rough out there. We've not been playing well, but this time we're gonna bring in a secret weapon, and here he is.
Why is he in slow motion?
Okay, as you guys can tell, our new quarterback is Seneca Wallace. It's our secret weapon. Let's get out there and practice.
Luady! Luis, hit! Hit! Omaha! Oh, she looked the wrong way. Keep running! Touch!
What are you doing dancing?
Okay, all right. Now run the route, please.
Get off the field! We may not be good at football, but we're good at building legacies.
Hold on for a second. If words can be weapons, then what I say can affect it. They're not just words on a record, and I can choose to respect it or choose to infect it. But once it hits the water, it's too late to be selective. Cause one voice is enough to make sleeping giants wake up, to make armies put their hands up and watch whole nations stand up. It's one belief, one spark, one faith and one restart. We can reboot the whole chart before it all falls apart. So stand up, shout it out, and put them in the air if you like it loud. We only got one shot, so let's make it count. It's a takedown, nobody can stop us now. Stand up, shout it out, sing it loud so the world can't drown us out. And before we depart, let's leave a mark, cause light shines brighter in the dark. When we scream, our lips don't make a sound. We march with feet on solid ground. We walk when no one wants to go on this untraveled road.
Welcome back to Bonnarant Farrar High School for second game matchup between North Polk Comet Boys and Bonnarant Farrar. Coming into tonight, North Polk sits at first place in the conference. Right now they have an overall record of 5-3, but 5-1 in conference play. Had a really big win Tuesday night against Ballard, triple overtime. Best player fouls out in regulation and are actually down 7 with 19 seconds to go. Ballard shooting free throws, and they find a way to win that game. Very, very unlikely scenario. I'm pretty sure the ESPN odds would have been at 99% Ballard.
You're doing your homework, Coach. That's impressive.
Well, Coach Seidel was kind of throwing that at me, so I watched the video. It was pretty crazy.
Mr. Bluejay Digital.
Yeah. And our boys coming in at 5-2 in conference play, tied for second place. So really a huge game. With this victory, it would put us in first place via tiebreaker. So really great matchup tonight.
Yeah.
Two contrasting styles. North Polk's a little bit more slow it down versus us scored a little bit more. Looking at some of the stats. Looks like they score about 49 a game. We score 66 a game. What are you seeing as keys to victory tonight for these two squads?
Well, I talked to Coach Evans a little bit, and I think, they want to make North Polk's Jevin Sullivan uncomfortable. They know he's going to get his shots. He's going to score points. But just get him uncomfortable, make him take some tougher shots than what he used to be used to taking, and then really making the tempo, up-tempoing the game, get it to our liking through some pressure, some full-court pressure. So, and for North Polk, if they can turn it into a half-court game, boy, you watch the Iowa State-Texas Tech game the other night, a game kind of played in the 40s. Iowa State did get to 50. They put the 50 burger on them at the end. But I think that's the key, for both teams, again, kind of like we talked about with the girls, but maybe even more important in this game to get the game to your liking tempo-wise.
Yeah, if you're gonna shoot the ball better, you want more possessions. And looking at some more of these team statistics, we shoot 49% from the floor. They shoot 39. We shoot 39 from the three-point line as a team, which is really good, and they shoot at 26. So we definitely want to be able to get as many shots up as possible. And I think maybe us on the defensive end is going to be a factor tonight. What kind of defensive effort do we see out of our guys? And you got to think in a rivalry game, and this is about as big as rivals it gets for us, that our guys are going to be ready to go.
Yep. And the gym's filling up, and both teams own wins over Ballard, who was probably your preseason conference favorite, and they're still on the hunt by all means. But kind of interesting piece with North Polk is their one loss in the conference is to Gilbert, who our boys just absolutely manhandled. So I think you get into that comparative score thing and who's healthy on a given night, where the game is, home and away. But
and maybe that'll be an indication of us coming out of Christmas break. Sometimes you see teams make a really huge jump, really kind of figure out some things over break, really work on some areas of weakness. And I wasn't able to see the Gilbert game, but it definitely looked like we kind of put the hammer to them.
We put the hammer to them, but it was not a thing of beauty. And Gilbert did not handle our pressure well at all. So if North Polk struggles with our pressure like that, I really like our chances. But
well, you mentioned Ballard, and you kind of wonder, are we going to have a similar game plan that we did for Ballard with their best player? And he got his shots up, but it wasn't a very efficient night for him. And I think we'll take the same type of effort where if Sullivan gets 25 shots but only makes 7 or 8, that's probably a pretty good night for us.
Right.
Starters for –
I got the North Polk starters for you. You got Jackson Nemmers, a junior. Austin Perkins, also a junior. Jackson Rutledge, a junior. Jevin Sullivan, who we talked about, a senior. And then Marcus Hoppert is also a senior, number 23.
A little bit of a change in starting rotation for the Jays after break. You see Titus Cram enter and Everett White. We talked about athletic ability right there from the start as Titus showing that off.
You think he's got some athleticism?
Just a little bit. And Jays do start off in some three-quarter pressure. Looking for turnovers, but also just looking to speed up the Comets. And they do a nice job here of breaking it and then pulling it out to set their stuff up.
Yeah, we see Titus on Sullivan right away. And he draws a foul on him right off the bat. So,
well, if you're looking for collegiate athletes, there's two right there matched up against each other as far as body type goes. It looks like Sullivan has been hitting the weights a little bit in the offseason. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, kind of that feeling out period a little bit, kind of see what each team's going to run. Good half-court possession, a little foul on Everett White against Halpert, and
maybe leaning on him a little bit too much there. Didn't see much.
A little bit. Those are the fouls that you see early in the game, but you're begging for one of those in the third quarter when they just kind of forget about it and let them play.
Yep, sometimes referees just looking to get things under control right away. It's a nice take there out of Jackson Nemmers. Jays pushing right away.
Yep. Kind of another touchy foul there on, looks like it's on Rutledge.
Nickel dimers.
Yeah. Nope, on Perkins.
2-2, 1 minute in. Looks like North Polk's going to be playing man-to-man. Everett's got to be careful there. Looked like he might have gotten away with a hook. That's a really nice take out of Everett. And Sullivan did a nice job of coming over and challenging that, so that was a really good finish. And that's something I'd really like to see out of our guys. I know we shoot the three ball pretty well. We hit 16 threes against Carroll in our last home game.
And lost.
You wouldn't think you'd ever see that deep three out of Sullivan, no good. But I think our guys, to be better offensively, we got to see more aggressive moves to the hoop. More easy two-point shots.
Yep.
Because you're not always going to get those nights where you shoot the three that well. Little pull-up out of Titus, no good. Sullivan with the rebound. I did see he's like second or third in the state in rebounds, 10 per game. Fifth overall in the state. We'll give and go.
Nice help defense. Colby getting over there to make that a difficult shot for Halpert. North Polk just straight up solid man-to-man defense to this point. Deep three for Colby off.
Trey knocking down his first jumper of the night.
Yeah, you get him going. Sometimes he gets that unconsciousness about him and just.
Yep, we've seen him be very streaky.
Basket can look gigantic to him.
That first game of the year against Winterset, I think he had about 10-12 in the first 3 or 4 minutes of play.
Yep.
6'2 Jays, 3 minutes in.
So I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see Nolan Meyer come off the bench and guard Sullivan as well.
I thought that was a push there. Out of Rutledge. I like how Titus is taking the ball to the hoop.
Yep.
Like I said, I think we need to see more of that out of our guys.
Yep, he's on the attack, hunting the rim there.
And then you get to that point when they start to collapse, then you kick it out for the 3 ball. Free throw's been a little bit of a struggle so far for Titus. He's sitting at 25%.
Yeah.
I know he's a better shooter than that. He hasn't had a ton of shots from the free throw line, so if you miss a couple, it can really drop you.
Yeah, we're going to see who's going to match up with Sullivan after Titus makes that free throw.
Meyer's going to give up some height, but obviously really athletic, and I don't think it's, we're still pressuring, so we'll see.
We're in that 1-2-2 look right now. See if we can speed him up.
Looking out on the court, it's probably Meyer.
And it could be Freed.
It's not going to be Trey. And I don't think he'll put Colby on him just because he doesn't want him to get any cheap fouls.
Yeah, it's going to be Freed using that length against him.
Yep. Always a good option.
Yeah, and I think the one thing with Jackson is you just don't want to get him in foul trouble. You need him on the floor.
This is probably – that's a good take.
Nice aggressive take. And that's 2 fouls right there on Halpert.
Yep.
He's their second leading scorer, so that's a pretty important foul.
I think he probably felt like he was in good defensive position there, but Jays get the call. Meyer's been struggling from the free throw line a little bit as well, 33%. Gets that one to go, though.
Just keep talking about him struggling.
Yep. See, I'm going to do the reverse jinx.
Yep.
Because I jinxed Tayon in that girls' game. We'll see if I can't switch it around here in the boys' game.
So let's see. Halpert went out with 4:18. Let's see if we see him back at all in the second quarter. But we won't see him before then.
I'm sure score will dictate a little bit of that.
That's some of their size and length, outside of Sullivan, who kind of just plays around on the perimeter quite a bit.
Oh, that definitely could have been one. Could have been a charge there on Sullivan. Like I mentioned, he's a big, strong kid. It doesn't take much for him to throw Trey around.
There's that length, really bothering shots. It's just the thing I love so much about this Blue Jay team is their athleticism and length. Oh, runner.
Yeah, this is a much different looking team than Coach Evans has had historically.
Yeah, for sure.
The amount of length, the guys that are 6'5", 6'6". Here's one coming in right now.
Yeah, and that kind of
Toby Berggren.
Two fouls on Everett White, who's really kind of our Dennis Rodman kind of guy, our offensive rebounder.
He's a big effort guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a motor on him. He's always going. But Toby's a good guy to bring in. Both of them can shoot it pretty well, too, for being 6'5", 6'6" kids. And that was another nickel dimer.
That was a cheap little foul on Colby Collison. We definitely need to dial that down a little bit.
There's the Meyer matchup, and if Sullivan gets a little bit of space on him, that's a tough matchup for Meyer because he can just rise up above him. Looks like Sullivan's guarding Collison, though. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, make him work on the defense.
Yeah, I'd like to see Colby go at him here a little bit. Maybe go to the block. We got to find a guy.
Really good half-court defense from North Polk right now.
It's a tough one out of Trey.
Yep.
like you said, the good defensive possession on North Polk, and in the end, forced kind of a really difficult shot. Sullivan with that strength pretty easily gets to the hoop and gets a layup, cuts this thing to 9-6.
Little run from the Comets right now. Sullivan kind of smelling blood with Meyer on him.
That's a really tough bucket. Probably could have been an and one too. Yeah, I think he likes that matchup with Meyer just because of the size factor. Meyer is obviously a really quick kid and plays good D, but when he got 6-7 inches.
Oh my goodness. That's not a good call, Coach Gibson. Coach Evans not happy with that. That was contact initiated by the defensive player. And 2 fouls on Colby Collison, the Bluejays leading
The
scorer.
Rutledge kid there did a nice job of bumping Collison and kind of moving him off his spot. And then Colby makes his power dribble and he calls a foul on that. That's defensive player wasn't even displaced at all. I don't agree with that one. Nice little dish there out of Sullivan. Let's see, that was Krings with the bucket.
Cole Krings, yeah, he's come in and given this team a couple of nice minutes with Hoppert out.
Oh, Sandy, big three.
That's a big bucket. Kind of slow momentum down a little bit for North Polk. Allow the Blue Jays to get back into their pressure.
And North Polk is doing a pretty good job of breaking this thing without getting themselves in a hurry.
Yeah.
Nice little kick there and three-point shot for Nemmers. Looks like he's one of their better three-point shooters. Shoots above 40%. That's pretty darn good. Good cut there out of Sandy. Boy, I didn't see the travel there.
Didn't catch the ball maybe real clean, but yeah.
I'd have to look at a replay though, and we're really far away from the court.
We are.
Nice job out of Nemmers finding that opening there in the press.
We're in your range, Coach. That's all I know.
Looks like we got a switch back of Jackson now. Jackson Freed back on Sullivan. Probably a good switch, at least to make it tougher. Yep. Challenge that shot.
Looks like we're going to play for one shot.
Yep.
Get that lead going
15 seconds to go.
Ooh, little lackadaisical there.
That was a little lazy. I think you got to go up with that one. Nice rebound out of Sullivan. Again, just really showing off how strong a kid he is. You're going to have a hard time moving him.
Yep. Your point there, too. I would have liked to see Jackson Freed go up with the shot there.
He got the defender up a little bit.
Yep.
You lean into him a little bit, and you still get that shooting foul.
Yep.
Well, I think this was the exact same score of our girls' game at the end of the first. I think it was 13-12.
I'm too old to remember that kind of stuff.
And I think it was North Polk. So now hopefully we have a different outcome as we go on through this game. But pretty good start out of both teams. I really like North Polk slowing it down offensively, doing a nice job of getting Jevin some pretty good looks. Obviously, he's a guy that can create his own stuff one-on-one.
They've won the tempo game, especially the back half of the first quarter.
We're probably going to have to find some ways to speed them up a little bit, maybe actually force some turnovers.
Yeah. If Colby Collison's going to be on the bench, the better part of this second quarter, I really think Jackson Freed's going to have to step his game up here, and he's fully capable of doing that. He's going to get a little breather here. Who does Jackson Freed look like to you, former Blue Jay basketball player? I say this every broadcast.
Former
Blue Jay basketball player.
How far back we got to go back?
Graduated 2006. Played with Kerwin Dunn.
Well, Coach, I wasn't here.
You saw that team play. It looks like Jake Tracy, by the
Okay.
way. I don't know. Jake's probably not listening tonight, but they could be twin brothers. I think Jackson's got a little bit better offensive. Jackson does have a little better offensive game, a much better offensive game. But Jake was a great.
Ooh, there's Falsgraff's first appearance.
Yep, making his presence known.
Coach, I was teaching second grade in Nettyville at the time.
You were connected to Bondurant though, but Jake was a heck of a defensive player.
I think we were a part of your last loss with that crew in conference play. When
why do you bring that stuff up? Who employs you?
At Rolling Story, we hit a little buzzer beater, and then you didn't lose again for the next 3.5 years in conference play.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. It looks like we've got the younger Sullivan has entered the game as well, number 21. I think he's a sophomore for North Polk. Lefty. Good patience. Yep, got to be more disciplined defensively and just stay on the ground, especially Falsgraff. He's so athletic.
Yeah. Just
he doesn't need to jump early.
Just contest that thing.
Good look. Got to make that.
Got to finish that, kid.
Real nice look out of Titus.
Yep. Carter wants that one back. Just rushed it, I think.
Yep.
Going to need some big minutes out of Carter Saney and Toby Bergen right now with the Jays with a couple of guys in foul trouble.
Right, we talked about North Polk. Hopper getting his second foul early. Well, I think North Polk would take the foul scenario right now with our two guys sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and I don't think Coach Evans is going to do a whole lot with our guys in foul trouble unless this game really would get away.
Another thing a little different with this squad is his depth. So if a guy does get in foul trouble, we've got more bodies than what we had in the past.
Another block from Falsgraff.
Nice. Yeah, he's just super athletic for a sophomore.
Another long, lengthy guy.
State qualifier, high jumper. Trey's got to knock that one down.
Yep.
There you go.
There we go.
He doesn't get that many open looks. Ties it up at 15. And I think with Colby, he doesn't really get in foul trouble very often.
No.
So you trust him not to get that third one.
Yep. That's Blue Jay ball.
Yeah, that pass attempt about found itself in the hoop there.
This is going to get a little raucous in here tonight. I just kind of feel like the barn's going to have
hope
the roof
so.
blown off here a couple of times.
That's part of the reason why we play these games, right?
Yep,
We have these rivalries, and you love to see the intensity between these two communities. Like I mentioned, this is as big as rival as anybody, especially when they re-entered the Raccoon a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It was an old Heart of Iowa barn burner, too. Those 35 to 32 games between the Chad Carlson and Jack Christensen coached North Polk team back then. But, no, it's the caliber of athlete, the quality of play in this part of the state is just really at a high level. There aren't many easy wins in this league. It looked like it was not going to be as competitive a conference this year, and it's turning out to be maybe more than it has been in years past.
Right, you've got a lot of teams that might be sitting at 6th or 7th that have beat teams at the top. So any given night, anything can happen. Trey with another three there, can't quite get it to go.
Kind of one and done on shot attempts, too, for the Blue Jays.
A lot of blocks out of the Jays, and kind of goes back to that length and athleticism. So I think Bergman might have about a 7-foot wingspan.
Oh, goodness. I didn't see a travel there.
I think he called it before he even moved. We hate to pick on officials, but it's not an all-star crew tonight.
No, hey, it's not. There's no Bloom out there tonight. And they're working hard. And, boy, people out there in YouTube land, we need people to sign up to be officials and get licensed because they're a bit of a dying breed. So we'll try to back off of them a little bit.
They can't hear us up here.
That's true.
Again, North Polk doing a nice job of slowing things down here, looking for a good shot. I would think trying to get Sullivan another look. There he is. Now we've got Titus on him.
Good move. But difficult shot.
Yeah, for sure. He does a nice job of creating looks. Titus beating him down the court.
Titus with 5. Already about at his average.
Oh, that was a moving screen. Yep, we'll go the other way.
Yep.
You just got a little anxious with that screen.
Sometimes that's the ball handler's fault, too.
Yep, you got to wait for the guy to get there. Gosh, we talked about that at 4th grade level.
Did you?
Yeah. Got to be patient.
Let's see if we run a little something for Colby Collison out of this set. Looks like Coach Evans has something dialed up.
We haven't seen him in the post a lot this year, not nearly as much as we did last year, and he's got a height advantage here. And then he's got an advantage on the younger Sullivan there on the perimeter. I think that's a pretty tough guard for him.
Just got called for his second foul.
Looks like Everett's going to re-enter the game here. Coach Evans has got some pretty nice out-of-bounds plays. He loves this. He loves this flat look. He's got about 4 or 5 in the mix. Looks like Collison on the flex. Come on.
They call that on Everett White?
I think he called it on Trey. It looks like the referee kept dipping his shoulder, so he leaned into the screen maybe.
Man, you're really looking for that stuff. We weren't going to talk about the officials anymore.
I never agreed to that.
They're really looking for that.
If you're not gaining an advantage, it's not a foul.
Well, okay. So right there, I'm going to say that's the pressure bothering North Polk a little bit.
It rushed him. He got a little quick with the dribble and lost it going out of bounds, and we'll take that. Would like the live ball turnover more.
Yes.
But we'll take any turnover we can get. Jackson trying to post up. I like to see this too, get that height advantage. It's really hard for most teams to match up with us just because we got so many guys with height.
Yep.
Titus's effort tonight's been tremendous.
Yes, it has.
Steal and assist there.
Jackson getting his first bucket of the game. Thought Sullivan might have traveled just as much as Berger did.
Yep, I agree. And right there, that's not a turnover. We got him to shoot it quick. Unfortunately, we didn't get the rebound. It's a nice job there out of Krings again, getting a bucket.
Yeah.
He's got 4 good points. Everett White with a nice finish. Good cut to the hoop there.
Boy, these minutes are ticking off the clock here too.
I thought that looked dangerous.
Yep, looked like another foul in the works.
Count it.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't agree with the continuation. I disagree maybe with the foul call. You want a foul call all night, but I mean it is what it is.
6th foul there on the comments. Each team was 6, so both will go to the bonus. See if we get a different out-of-bounds play out of this flat look.
Here comes Halpert back into the game.
Yep, little pick the picker.
Nice
good move out of Colby.
Ah.
Again,
Titus. That kid.
And that was part of the switch to the starting lineup. Coach Evans thought we were starting a little slow and needed a little more energy, and Titus has definitely brought that tonight.
Yep. And that loss to Carroll right before break, that's one that just can't sit well with you. And so far the team's come out and
we talked about us making 16 threes and you lose a game,
right.
And it really came down to Carroll's guards, especially Booth, just playing an unbelievable game.
Let's see if this pressure can continue to kind of ratchet up a little bit on the Comets.
Well, the last couple possessions have resulted in quick shots and turnovers, so we'll definitely take that. That's a tough one. Nice job out of Everett. Good help defense there.
Probably time for Everett to go to the bench so he doesn't get another foul. There's Colby.
Colby has shot the 3 extremely well this year, 47%.
It's his first bucket of the game, too.
Yeah, you got to feel pretty good if you're up 9 and that's his first bucket. Good pass out of Sullivan. Drew a lot of defense there.
Oh, that was a foul on Halpert. That was his third.
Yeah, it was close. That would have been an unfortunate one for him.
That might have got the crowd going.
Yep.
9-point lead. That kind of snuck up in a hurry. Now, right now, both coaches want to get some guys out that are in foul trouble.
North Polk has just had a hard time scoring the basketball of late. Until right there,
Yep.
again, that strength coming through.
Yep.
Not very many people can do that to Titus.
Nope, they can't. And, that's 8 points for Sullivan. If you said at half we're going to hold him under 10, he'd sign up for it right away. So, really, they have succeeded in making him work for his shot. He'll go to the line for the and one here.
Yeah, I think it's all about not letting him be efficient. We look at the Carroll game in Booth. Booth was super efficient. When we played Ballard and we beat them, Herman scored a lot of points but was not efficient.
No. In fact,
because they're going to get their shots up.
Nolan Meyer and Titus Cram did a great job on him. Booth just could not miss.
That was about as good as performances I've seen. It's a good look there out of Freed.
Yeah.
Nice job out of North Polk clearing the rebound. Might see them play for the last possession here.
Yeah, we had a chance to go up 12 if Trey McDowell's 3 goes down, and now they've got a shot to cut it to 4 right before the half.
You got to think
maybe 3.
Going to hold this, and you got Sullivan versus Falsgraf matchup, so I think you'll probably see him go to that.
Let's see if Falsgraf can stay solid, make him work for his shot.
He can guard him athletically. It's just a matter of strength-wise. Right there, that looked like pretty good D.
I'm not sure who they called a foul
well,
on. Did
we're
they
going to
call
have
it on Falsgraf?
Little discussion. Coach Evans wants a jump ball. We're going to.
Oh, goodness gracious.
We're going to get one on Falsgraf.
Wow.
Thought that was a pretty good defensive effort.
Looked pretty darn good to me. Still got 9.6 on the clock.
Little surprised at the point Sullivan went to score here with 10 to go.
Yeah, a little early, but
maybe he just felt like he had an opening and took it.
Yep. Here's your substitutions to get offense back in.
Get Colby back in there. Maybe get him a look here before half. Sullivan cuts it to 5.
Don't want to get a charge, though.
4-point game.
Just like that, Sullivan has 11. Let's see what we get here.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty good 11, too.
It's been earned.
Almost got one on Sullivan there.
Yeah, if Reed had just gotten his backside into him a little bit more, he would have drawn a foul.
Or jumped a little higher.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well,
easier said than done.
Yep.
Well, the Blue Jays, like we said, they had a chance to get that lead to 12, but they settled for a 4-point lead. They outscored North Polk in that quarter 14-9. Got the game more to their tempo. I think Coach Evans would still like to have seen a game maybe in the 30s here at half, but at this point, got to feel pretty good. Got a couple guys in foul trouble. Going to have to kind of monitor that, both teams.
I think for the most part with those guys having to, they'll probably be okay. And we talked about us having enough depth where if somebody does get in foul trouble, we got bodies to put in there. I'd like to really see us continue to attack the hoop. Titus has done a great job of getting the hoop and creating for others.
Yep.
We'd like to see Freed and Collison post up a little bit because they're going to have one of them's going to have a height advantage.
Yep.
We break into this right now.
Yeah, we got our state caliber dance team heading out onto the floor.
All right, we'll stop talking then. Welcome back to Bondurant. Right now we've got a 26-22 ball game with the Blue Jays in the lead. For North Polk, they're currently being led by Sullivan with 10 points. I thought he had 11.
I got him with 11.
Yeah, I thought he had 11.
He had an and one and then 2 free throws there at the end of the quarter.
Okay, Jays pretty balanced. Looks like McDowell's got 5. Collison with 3. With him having 3 and us being up 4,
yeah.
that's I wouldn't have expected that.
Titus has 7.
And Titus right now has probably been the difference maker for us as far as scoring points and creating opportunities for other people, getting some hard-fought rebounds and steals.
Well, on the defensive end, too, he's made Sullivan work for his shot and take some heavily contested shots. He and Jackson Freed both have. No, it's been a great Titus has done exactly what I think Coach Evans needed him to do, which was be aggressive, take the ball to the basket. And going to need more of that. I think, some of those easier opportunities in the paint. North Polk does a nice job in the half-court defense, but once you kind of penetrate that lane, use our length a little bit, draw some fouls, get to the line.
And I would think in this second half we're going to see a little bit more out of Collison. With him having 3 and averages 18 points a game, and Freed, who's averaging 14, sitting at 2, you really like the position we're in. It's nice to see that other guys have really stepped up and contributed. So we'll see how the second half goes. Any big changes you think either team's going to make?
Well, I think right now Bondurant's pressure is at about a 6 or 7. Not necessarily looking for turnovers, but maybe to hurry the Comets up a little bit, get them out of that easy, relaxed half-court set. They might have to ratchet that thing up to an 8 or 9 if they want to get out and get some easy buckets and kind of get this score lengthened
little
out
lob
again.
play. Oh, Titus got to get that up in the air.
Yep.
Hopper did a nice job of sitting there for that. It looks like North Polk had scouted that play pretty well. Good little dive there out of Hopper. Yeah, from the get-go, I thought Everett was in trouble. He got beat on the cut, and then basically that entire time had both hands on his back. So he was, I think, destined for that foul there.
Yeah. And Halpert had to sit for a long time. He got a little bit of action there at the end of the second quarter, but
looks like they gave it to Freed though.
Huh.
That might have been a little bit of a gift. Hopper cuts it to a 1-point game. Not the opening the Jays would have liked there. Turnover and an N1. That's a great look. Nice little pick and roll action there. Again, Titus just creating with that athletic ability, get to the middle of the lane. If you're open, shoot it. If not, dish it off.
Just unbelievable body control. Usually you don't want to jump to pass, but
when you jump high enough and you got enough time to make a decision, that's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That was kind of an issue for me.
I got the paper hang time. You can slide a sheet of paper underneath my feet if you're lucky.
Yeah, I needed the jump stop. Good D there out of Trey. Good team effort there on the rebound. Couple deflections. Jay's looking to push. Good cut and one.
Yep.
I'm not for sure if that was intended for Collison or Freed.
Yeah. Hey, take your pick, and as long as you convert the bucket and Colby's first 2 of the night and go into the line for
both
one more.
Were open. It's a nice job out of both guys, just flashing and being available to the passer there. Collison shooting pretty well from the free throw line, 70% on the year, knocks it down. Extends to a 6-point lead for the Jays. Now we do like this start. After that first possession.
There's that pressure again, just kind of making things difficult.
Get him trapped in that corner, that's a tough one. There's Everett's third.
Yeah.
Just needed to hold back a little bit.
Yep, just a little too aggressive there.
Got anxious for the steal, didn't get it.
Everett's the kind of guy it's hard to be mad at him very long because he to your point earlier, just all effort all the time. He has a motor.
Yeah, you're going to get some of those fouls, and you don't want to get on him and take that away from him because that is a strength.
Good defense by Toby Berger and just walling up on Halpert.
We talked about height, and I mentioned it earlier. I think Toby's wingspan is close to 7 foot.
Yeah. Now Sullivan's on the bench right now. Kind of a quick exit. I didn't pick up on how many fouls he might have, but I sure don't think he has 3.
No. There's that aggressiveness we're looking for out of Colby. Nice take to the hoop.
Easy pickings.
Easy bucket. Especially if you got a guy that's shorter on him. He's going to finish.
Yep.
He's such a good finisher.
This is getting to be danger time for North Polk right here.
I would agree. That's a good guy to go to, though. He's pretty crafty down low.
Yep. Nice pivot.
That's a travel or a charge. I think it was a travel, personally.
I agree. Yeah, and a tough spot to get a foul. That's 3 on Titus, and guy that's
a little bit of that is on the pass. Really kind of put him in a bad spot there. Looks like he's going to roll with Titus for right now. Yep. Myers getting up.
Not for long.
Just be smart here and don't get a 4th. So it looks like we'd like to apply that pressure, then get back into a man-to-man. Yep. Run that risk of getting lost every now and then.
Little curious why Sullivan's on the bench right now, but.
Yeah, I mean, it could be an injury. He definitely looks like he's in the game, though. He's locked in.
Good block by Freed. It's getting a little helter-skelter right now. I don't think
that's
North
a big
Polk
shot right
this.
here. Good rebound out of Titus. Up to Freed.
Oh, I think he got fouled.
I think he just needed to gather himself.
I think he could have finished, but I do think he got fouled.
Come to that jump stop.
Ooh. That's a jump ball if they both come down on the ground with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you got to have simultaneous possession there a little bit longer than, I don't know, maybe a 1/10 of a second.
Yeah. I think maybe he blew the whistle and was going to call a foul and decided I better not do that.
That was really nice positioning and defense out of Toby, just using his height.
Yeah, we see Sullivan checking back in, so Nolan Meyer gets the assignment there. Tough assignment.
Well, that's a tough one. I didn't think he had his feet lined up properly.
No, he was not in good rhythm at all there. There we go. Colby got one on the elbow. Looks like Kring's got him.
Good aggressive take out of Colby. When he goes into that mode, man, he is really hard to stop.
Yeah. Everything looks downhill for him.
And he's such a strong finisher. Gets a lot of N1s.
What do you think, Coach? Is he a college football player or a college basketball player?
I think it depends what level you're looking at.
Yeah.
Can he play Division I basketball? I don't know. Can he play Division I football? He might be able to.
Yeah. He's kind of a tweener, I think, for a Division I basketball player. Maybe not quite long enough to.
Yeah, I don't know if he can be a guard.
Yeah.
He would have to be a little bit taller, I think. Oh, wow. That was a tough shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Toby Bergen's not exactly sure what he did to get that foul. Looks a little miffed by it all, but Sullivan just kind of flipped the ball up at the basket and
gets him to 12. Collison's got up to 10 now, or 13. Is it wrong up there on the board?
Yeah, he's got 13.
Okay,
now 14.
So 14. Well, we knew coming in he's going to get his shots up. He's going to score some points. That's a good take out of Sandy right at him.
By Carter. You just got to finish that thing.
Oh. Freed.
Call Freed for that one, I think. No?
I don't think so. I think, yep. Now they're going to give him 2 shots. I thought he pointed out of bounds. Two shots. There we go. And Jackson's been shooting it really well from the free throw line. He's sitting at 76%, 5th in conference play. He's really picked it up the last 4 or 5 games offensively.
Yeah, he was impressive at home against Carroll.
26, 28, something like that.
Yeah.
5 or 6 threes. little flat on that free throw there. 36-30 Jays. Under 4 to play.
Carter Sandy's going to give it a shot. Good length. Nice to have another guy with a little length and reach to.
Yep. And he did a nice job of making Sullivan go away from the hoop for a pull-up.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, he probably should have taken it to Sandy and go to the hoop.
Yeah. Good job by Carter Sandy finding a cutting Jackson Freed to the basket too. So Jay's getting some good contributions from guys off the bench tonight.
A lot of free throws already this third quarter. Attacking that hoop, not settling for threes. We really haven't seen very many threes at all out of our guys.
Got the one from Collison.
Sandy hit one early.
One from McDowell. Yeah, I think this could really be Jackson Freed's game. He's a good slasher, long, angular, get himself to the free throw line. He could be a kid that shoots 6, 8, 10 free throws a game as he continues to develop.
Looks like North Polk's gonna call a timeout here.
Yep.
Jays extend the lead to 8. Got a full timeout.
Just feel like this game could go one of two ways right now, and one is North Polk just kind of hanging around, keeping it in that single digits and making it a game late into the fourth quarter. Or I think the Bluejays with a little spurt, maybe hit a 3, get a steal and a bucket, get that lead out to 12, 13, 14 points, could not necessarily coast home, but really set themselves up to.
It definitely feels like offensively they've found their groove a little bit more than what they did in the first half.
Yep.
Already got 12 points in the quarter here. Like I said, a lot of free throws, really getting themselves to the hoop. A couple and ones.
Yep. But if you let your guard down for a minute, you got a guy in Jevin Sullivan that's going to make you pay in a hurry, and his points stack up in a hurry. He was stuck on about 6 points there for most of the first half, and then in the last 3 or 4 minutes he got another 6 or 7.
Scores right at 18 a game, and definitely could put in a 40-point night, I'm sure.
Yeah. Carter Sandy's going to pick him up again, a little full court man-to-man pressure.
I didn't anticipate that matchup, but I'm sure that Coach probably likes the longer.
Yep, and he's
Sandy on him, 6'5" kid.
He's got a few fouls to give, and they can switch off a little bit. Carter might have got away with a foul there, Sullivan.
Yes, he did.
Nice touch.
And that was a really awkward shot that found the bottom of the net. I think part of the lack of threes is North Polk really does play pretty good D. They get up in you, and they're not going to give you anything easy. Nope. Where in that Carroll game we saw a lot of zone defense. You're always going to find a guy that's open.
They are a solid, fundamentally sound man-to-man defense.
There we go. There's that power play. Oh, really good defense out of Austin Parks. I mean, that's almost always a bucket for Colby. Especially on a smaller guy.
Halpert and Bergen really going at it down in the post. We're going to call a little something. I bet it has Sullivan in mind here.
Oh, little. They faked you out, Coach.
Yep.
Postel with the 3-point shot.
Reggie looking like Reggie Miller.
Which they ran a play for him, and he's shooting 16% from the 3. So he must be a better shooter if they're running the play for him.
Boy, kind of got bailed out by a bad.
That's a really nice take out of Sandy. Way to run the court, big fella.
You know, Carter didn't maybe take a great 3-point shot on that end, but came back, made an impact on defense, ran the floor. Boy, good shot there, tough shot.
Probably got to do a little bit better job when your guy sets a screen on him. You got to get out on the hedge. I mean, that's the guy we got to stop. I'm sure they've talked about it. Make somebody else beat you.
Here's that Comet's got it cut to 2 now.
Yeah, sure doesn't feel like a 2-point game. There's that finish we're used to out of Collison. Gets himself to 12. quick 30-second timeout here out of Coach Evans.
Yep, I think he
4-point lead.
Yep, I think he wanted to get some subs in. Maybe saw some fatigue in a couple of guys. I think Colby might take a little bit of a short breather here. Get Falscraft in. I'm not sure. I think McDowell's going to check back in.
Well, definitely down to this defensive end. If you're guarding Sullivan, it's gonna take a pretty good effort out of you. And
yep,
definitely see guys getting tired, putting forth good efforts.
Yep. I like the job Jackson Freed's done on Sullivan when he's been in there, and Jackson.
Well, and you wonder if Coach was trying to preserve fouls a little
Yep.
bit, making sure certain guys. Let's get to the fourth quarter with nobody with 3. We've got the lead, so we can not play conservative, but maybe just play a little bit smarter.
Right.
Got the younger Sullivan checking into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, give North Polk credit here. You know, there's been times where the lead could have went to 12. It's been at 9. It's been at 8, and they just have not let the Blue Jays get away any further.
Yep. Yeah, they keep crawling back into it, and like you said, you get yourself in a position with a guy like this. It's a good finish.
Yeah, taking over a little bit.
You got a chance. Yep, he's up to 20. It really is impressive, some of the individual talent we have in this conference.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5 guys that are just really good basketball players.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm an interscholastic guy, but I think club basketball has really changed that. You know, these guys have been playing high-level basketball in some cases since they've been 10, 11 years old.
Creative finish there, but can't get it to go. Well,
Reggie Miller again.
Yeah, the percentages sometimes lie.
Reggie had scored 5 points all season, and he's got 6 in the last couple minutes.
Good look. Can't quite get it to go. That's a pretty good look for the Jays to end the quarter. And, well, it didn't go that first way you thought, where the Jays would maybe find a way to pull away. It actually went complete opposite, and now North Polk's taking the lead going into the fourth quarter, 43-42. Really strong finish for them in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yeah, you got Reggie Postel. Sorry if I'm saying his last name
I think
wrong.
it's
Postal.
Postel, I think is.
Thank you.
I
think you're right. We'll go with that one. Postel.
I'm not going to go with Postal.
No, he's going Postal on the Jays right now. He's got 6. Couple of 3-pointers. Looks pretty smooth. We'll just call him Reggie Miller. I think he'd probably like that if he understands the reference.
He might be too old for him, but that's all right.
Yep.
We can show him some highlights.
Yep. But other than that, Jevin Sullivan, 10 points in that quarter. And
he's got almost half of North Polk's points, but the other guys they've been doing enough. They've been doing enough to get some buckets.
And especially on the defensive end.
What's Hopper got?
He's got 5 points all in that quarter. He was scoreless.
So he was pretty good. He didn't play much in the first half, but he's obviously a pretty skilled player.
Yep.
He's starting the quarter on the bench. Colby definitely got things going there. Went from 3 to 12.
Yep.
Dangerous pass there to start the quarter. Looks like the Jays are trying to run a set for Trey. Good defense out of North Polk initially, but looks like Bouchard is going to draw the foul on the drive. 15 fouls, so the Jays are inching closer here to some free throws. I was a little surprised they didn't call the first one. He might have been vertical.
I think he walled him off pretty well.
Yep.
Graydon Sullivan did, but in the second one, and again on Bouchard, maybe a little bit of a break. Looks like he had a lot of ball, maybe a little body underneath. And
the younger Sullivan doesn't look quite as defined as older brother, but he's not a little guy either. He's a pretty strong looking kid.
Looks like a University of Iowa fullback, kind of built like that.
So Hoppert comes back into the game. North Polk, second leading scorer with 9 per game. Got Nimmers on the bench too, who's their third leading scorer with 8. Nice job out of Everett getting both free throws.
8 points for Everett White.
He's had a good night.
A lot of attention on Sullivan right there.
I lied. Nimmers is on the court.
Yep.
I get caught looking at the numbers up on the board. I'm going to blame our volunteer scores keeper again. Good hustle out of both teams there. Looks like Trey might be down in the corner.
I'm not sure. It looks like he's holding his midsection there.
Yeah, I did not see anything.
Nope, I didn't either.
Too busy ball watching. Sarah quick on the job. Looks like coach is probably going to have to sub somebody in.
Reggie Postel leaving the game. The North Polk student section giving him some love. Yeah, I think
they should. They definitely should.
Yeah.
He misses those 2 threes, and this game looks drastically different.
Trey's going to go to the bench, and Sarah's over there giving him the once-over.
I will say North Polk's done an excellent job defending our out-of-bounds plays.
Yes.
Normally we get some easy buckets, and we really haven't tonight.
Jackson Friederle looking for that 3.
Yeah, he wanted it. There's Titus.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That was
he really
shake and bake there.
Yep, really has had a great night. 9 points. Yep. Puts the Jays back up 1. Ooh. How about that effort?
Touchdown.
I thought Freed got fouled. Didn't have the ball, but the kid, even though it's loose, you can't just come running into people. That's a big 3. Got Blue Jay basketball. Team rebound there.
Yep, Halpert trying to sell that, but.
As he should. Might get a look here for Collison, I think. Good take, just couldn't quite finish it.
Usually has that soft touch. The ball just kind of hangs and lays there on the rim till it goes in.
Pretty good job out of Sullivan defending him. Wasn't an easy shot.
Nolan Meyer trying to guard Halpert and just got tangled up with him.
Yeah, I appreciate the effort there. He wasn't going to make it easy on him. And you probably take that foul there rather than giving up an easy 2. 15 foul on the Jays. First for Meyer.
Trey McDowell looking pretty uncomfortable over there on the bench still, too. I'd like to.
You kind of wondered he'd maybe get the wind knocked out of him.
Almost kind of holding his, like he strained an abdomen or.
Kind of like after you and I have a big dinner.
Yes, exactly. We need to get in the recliner. Stretch out. Titus is going to take his turn guarding. Man, that's a tough shot.
He about got it to go.
Yep.
Everett did a nice job of coming over and really challenging that shot. Otherwise, that would have been an easy one for Sullivan.
Ooh.
Just got himself a little rush there.
A little out of control.
Yep. Jay's up 1, 5 to play. Looks like Postel's coming back in. We've got a 3-second call. A little help from the crowd.
Yep.
That's their job.
Yeah, and tip the hat to both teams' defensive effort. I mean, we're looking at a game that's probably going to end up in the 50s, maybe the low 60s, but the defensive effort against individual one-on-one plays has been pretty solid in this game.
Yeah, it's probably going to end up somewhere in between both these teams' averages. North Polk at 48, 49, and us at 66. It's probably going to be in the 50s.
Yeah. Titus needs to kind of pull it together there. He definitely got him with the body. I think maybe frustrated that.
On the turnover.
Yeah.
Wasn't a great pass.
No, just a little bit. Just a little.
Looks like Trey's found his wind. He's back in. Perkins misses the first.
Boy, there's just going to be a lot of games like this in the Raccoon River Conference this year.
Who can close it? Who can finish
it's a
the
5
end
minute
of the game?
Yeah, it's a 5-minute game right now.
Falsgraf comes back into the game.
Perkins ties it. His first point of the night.
Really like to see Jays work the ball around, get themselves a shot somewhere in the paint, or at least going to the hoop. Not that.
There's Perkins making 2 big plays defensively.
Yeah, just being a good athlete right there.
And giving his team the lead.
Timeout. Don't
Just
take
a little ragged right now.
Slow down. Don't take a quick one here.
Perkins is really a problem.
He's hunting right now.
He's a problem on defense.
Flop.
That's a flop. That's a foul. That's a foul.
I know they have that warning in college.
Yeah.
And I could have swore they had it in high school too. They've had it forever. Just you don't see referees ever call it.
Notice North Polk's doing all of this without their main man on the court right now.
Well, their kids are playing super hard. A lot of effort.
Yep.
Really out of both teams, just we've got ourselves a little bit rushed and had some turnovers.
Yep. Jevin Sullivan checking back in.
Coach Evans goes with the full timeout, 3:48 to play, 48-48. Conference lead on the line.
Yeah. This is where Coach Evans is traditionally very, very good out of these timeouts. You know, you've made the point. Sets up a lot of good inbound plays. You got to think Colby Collison is probably going to factor into whatever they set up here. You know, if they don't get something early, then they might have to settle into their offense. But if they can get something early, it will probably involve Colby, maybe Jackson Freed, who hasn't had a big impact offensively on this game so far.
Coach Evans has ran a lot of the same stuff for a long period of time, which maybe makes other teams able to scout you pretty well, but it also allows your guys to be really good at what you do.
Yeah.
And you kind of would have been a little bit similar, running a lot of the same sets, same stuff, and your guys just learned how to react to whatever the defense gave you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is what the play is supposed to look like, but if they do this, well, then we'll react to it.
Yeah. To date myself a little bit again, when we would play North Polk back in the early 2000s, Jack Christensen and Tron Scott.
They're calling out your plays, aren't they?
They called out our plays. Now, they couldn't always stop it, and a lot of times that had to do with a certain top 10 all-time leading scorer in the state of Iowa, but they knew what was coming. It just kind of comes down to, can you stop it?
Yep, and your guys coming out and executing it. Look, Parkins, he's just hunting for that turnover. Boy, that sure looked like a foul.
Yep.
We'll take the easy do so.
Yep, Colby stayed with it.
Puts him at 16. Sullivan hasn't scored yet in this fourth quarter.
Press has not really affected North Polk yet.
About got one there.
Yep.
Jay's up 2 now.
We got Freed on Sullivan. Paulson switched off. That's maybe an offensive foul.
It's a foul somewhere.
Yeah.
Whether it's on us or on Sullivan, that should have been called. And I jinx us. Say he hasn't scored, and he does. Really good take there out of the young man, Reed Faltzgraf.
Yep.
I'd like to see that out of your sophomore.
Love it. No fear.
Take it to the hoop. Now really need to see him step up and hit some free throws.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 game right now.
I'm going to try that backwards jinx. He's shooting 40%.
Oh, horrible.
Didn't work.
No, I know. We both tried there. Reed's going to make this one.
I think he's just got to slow down a little bit on the free throw and just breathe and relax.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself in such a hurry.
Block out all the noise.
There you go. That one looked better, but doesn't go.
Nope.
It's a tough one for the Jays. Good possession, just can't capitalize.
Right now, both teams kind of have the guys they want in here for the last 3 minutes. Oh, good job by Halpert. Good seal.
Just really good positioning and a good entry pass. That's just as important. Get it to the guy in the right spot so he can finish.
Gonna
Did he call a
hook
charge?
on Everett.
Yeah. I saw it earlier.
Yep.
And even if you don't really utilize it, if you put your arm around him, it looks like a chicken wing. They're going to call it.
Yep, and that's 4 on Everett. I don't know if they're going to sub him out. Looks like Titus might come in.
Reed going a little aggressive for that steal there.
Ooh, travel. Yeah, absolutely.
Boy, that was about it could be a really good finish.
That was if you get that kind of start in 100 meters, Coach, you're going to have a time.
I think he saw an open lane and couldn't believe it.
2-point North Polk lead. This is their biggest lead of the night. They've had a 1-point lead, now a 2-point lead. But it's happening at the right time. Just about under 2. Boy.
Got to get the ball to Collison here and some type of scoring opportunity.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Be stronger with the basketball.
Perkins is about as good a defender as I've seen all year. He is just creating all kinds of problems. That's 2 points.
Yeah, he really gets after you, and he's kind of fearless. If you beat him, he knows he's going to be able to get back.
Big possession here. This is almost a must score right here.
Good rebound. Great play out of Titus, just like we've seen all night.
Yep.
Good effort. Didn't really think that one was going to creep in.
Ooh.
Sullivan did a nice job of challenging again.
Yeah, he changed the shot in midair, the trajectory of the shot, but got it to go.
Where's Tron Scott going? Why is he leaving so early?
He's it's past his bedtime.
Ballard doesn't play on Friday nights or what?
They must not be playing tonight, so they came to
Seems
watch
weird.
this one. Yep.
Well, he got a pretty good show, I think.
Yeah, this if you're a neutral observer tonight, this is pretty fun basketball game to watch. Otherwise, pretty agonizing if you're pulling for one side or the other. But
yeah, definitely been a lot of back and forth. Bonner Ants led for a good portion of this game, but right now North Polk has really kind of gained a little bit of control here. They really know what they want to do.
Sullivan with 24 points, and he's going to be looking to score here, I got to think. Again, the pressure just not quite producing what Coach Evans had hoped
now
we've
got Meyer on him, which we've seen that matchup a little bit tonight. If he gets it, I got a feeling it's a little bit of a dribble drive, pull up type of look. They're going delay right now. Oh, Hopper had a pretty good look there.
It was maybe not what they wanted. Colby's hunting his offense right now too, I think.
Tough shot there out of Meyer. Really contested.
Yeah, not really the shot you want. Now you got to go get him.
Yep, going to have to apply some pressure.
Make Sullivan give it up.
Man, he's just a strong kid.
He is.
A lot of kids don't get that ball up to the hoop, but he about got it to go.
I think it's the green shoes. Does that help?
Yeah, I don't love those. I've never really been a fan of wearing stuff that isn't the color of your team, but, to each their own.
Yeah.
Well, Jay's down 4 now.
That's going to foul Everett wide out. That's really not what we wanted right there.
If we look at the difference in these last 2 minutes, I think it's you would say shot selection.
Yeah.
What shots North Polk has got versus what shots we've got. And theirs have been much better. Ours have been very challenged and not necessarily within the flow of the offense. A lot of theirs has been Jevin going hard downhill towards the hoop.
Yep.
Hoppert with a couple nice post-ups.
Hoppert's about a
Let's see.
60% free throw shooter, 59.
I got him at 71.
Oh, you are correct. I need my eyes are not this small print. I was looking at his field goal percentage.
That's a good field goal percentage.
Yeah, real good. He's a coach's kid.
Oh, pulls out the guns.
Yeah.
Knocking that one down.
Hey, why not? Up 5. It's going to still be a 2-possession game, but 6 is a lot bigger factor here. Force 2 3-pointers. And Blue Jays don't need a 3, but they're getting close to that
Yeah, you're
point.
at that point now. It's a nice job out of Jackson Rutledge diving there to make a play. Tell you what, the thing about this team is they are super scrappy. They're a
great defensive team.
They get after you defensively. They do enough offensively. And when you got a guy like Sullivan who can drop 26, you don't have to have other guys that are great. And it's been a pretty good 26.
Yeah. He's had to work for his shots in most cases. I mean, he's gotten a couple of easy buckets, but
and there's really only been a couple times I'd say, man, I don't know, that was probably not a good shot.
Right. No, he's an all-conference, if not an all-state type performer.
Yeah, for sure. First, second team. I think he's got to be at least a second team all-state type of kid. Sometimes that depends a little bit on how well your team does.
Right. And if they're going to lead and maybe go on and win this conference, then got to like his chances.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing with part of these games is you are kind of jostling for positioning come district time. We haven't seen who's going where, but we could end up with North Polk, and
yep.
If they've got victories over us, well, then they'll probably host over us.
Yep.
So it definitely matters towards postseason play as well.
Yep. Well, need a quick steal here and a bucket or a quick foul and hope they miss their free throws. Titus is going to. Oh, almost the turnover.
Yeah, I thought he had a push-off on Rutledge there.
Now, Rutledge is the guy to foul, 46.2% free throw shooter.
Yeah, we thought that about Schaefer in the first game. Maybe Varsity Bounds got a misprint in there.
Probably. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I would say that one of these probably seals the deal here, makes it a 3-possession game. Just not enough time for the Jays to generate that many points.
Yep.
Rutledge hits them both. Just overall, pretty good effort out of the Comets.
Yeah.
Didn't lose their composure when they had those moments where they got down 8 or 9 points.
Yep.
Kept fighting.
Yeah, not really.
Defense kept them in the game.
Not what you would have expected here, and some frustrated Blue Jays. And hey, it's not fatal.
No. Nope. You got to learn from it.
It's the old Dean Smith coach. The old Dean Smith quote, this every game's a life or death thing. You're gonna be dead a lot.
For sure.
Hey, we need to thank our sponsors, the Bird's Nest. Really appreciate what they do to allow us to get this broadcast out to Blue Jay fans far and wide. Hey, we had MediaCom in the house tonight, but I don't think they have the national audience that we do.
Well, I think they were probably here to get some tips.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure we forgot to give them those, but thanks to the Bird's Nest. Appreciate their sponsorship. And then we got a Legacy Bank player of the game we got to select, and I think we can agree on who that's going to be tonight.
I think it's got to be Titus. Just everything that he brought to the table, effort-wise, rebounding and defense and creating shots. I don't remember what he ended up with point-wise. If it
11.
was 11, okay. So, scored some points. One of his better games I've seen out of him, if not the best. You get that out of him, you got to think that you got a really good shot at winning.
Yeah, and maybe didn't get the points out of our 2 leading scorers. Colby, finished with 16. Jackson Freed with 5. Under his performance, had a strong defensive effort tonight. But the one thing about Coach Evans, he gets his teams playing well at the right time of the year, and that's in February, not in January. And his guys will be disappointed. They're going to learn some things next week. They got to turn around and play right away tomorrow.
They're going to have to bounce back quickly and get themselves ready to play. They're going to head up to Southern Calhoun and play Spencer, which you know anything about Spencer, they're pretty decent.
I think it's a quality opponent. Of course, that's where our athletic director Ryan Sweeney was previously, so some connections there, and just an opportunity with losing a conference opponent in Perry to pick up a non-conference game with
play somebody different,
Spencer,
somebody
see somebody
never
new,
see.
go to a new gym, just maybe get that postseason neutral court type feeling. So a good opportunity to bounce back right away and see if you can get to feeling better about yourself before Monday rolls around.
A couple different opponents. You get Spencer, then you roll back with Roosevelt after that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they bounce back. I don't know when I'll be back up here. It's end of January or something.
Patrick's fired.
I'm going back to keeping the book. There's a lot more pressure keeping that book, I'll tell you that.
He picked wrestling over basketball tonight, so
he's out.
Yeah. No, we'll look forward to having Patrick back and you over on the bench, but would love to have you back up here. It was a good time.
It was a fun night.
2 Blue Jay wins would have made it a better night, but
for sure.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Blue Jays. See you later.
Have a good night.